Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to SpeedGaming 3 and the Super Metroid Link to the Past Combo Randomizer Tournament. This is a Group Q match. Yay, Q. The race is undefeated. RaikouRider versus Nobly the Foreign. I'm AG. Thanks for joining me. I'm joined today by my good friend and awesome commentator, Cerberoth. Cerberoth, how you doing today?
I'm good. I am really excited to see this match. I'm sad that it's not you versus Raikou, but that's okay. We'll see what happens today with Nobly versus Raikou. Raikou, a very strong runner.
Yeah,
Um,
Raikou was the number one seed in our group. Of course, he got here by defeating Crimson Avix. Nobly the Foreign got here by defeating me, as you alluded to. So I'm not going to pretend I don't have a vested interest in this race, but I'm looking forward to a good race. I would have liked to have been here, but bad choices I make, and that's just the thing in these races. The choices you make can really affect you. Raikou known for very strong routing. Nobly, meanwhile, known to not be afraid to roll the dice. And it looks like we're getting started.
bringing up some bad memories already, but you're exactly right. Routing and choices are really important in any kind of randomizer, especially this one, where it's so long, and like there are certain items that can be anywhere, and not finding them or finding them late can be really costly. Wow, look at this! Nobly is going down to check the morph ball item.
I don't blame him because, and a lot of people say this, and I totally agree. If you are racing someone who you feel has better execution and or routing than you, then what you need to do is you need to take chances. You need to do things that you don't think they'll do, hoping that it'll pay off. And this is one of them. I can totally understand why Nobly is doing this. Raikou, meanwhile, is going straight for the hula hand.
Yeah, if there's nothing down here in this morph ball pedestal, this is basically going to put Nobly about 2 minutes behind Raikou as far as getting the items in Zelda. And it looks like it was just missiles over there.
Yeah, I mean, but bear in mind, it doesn't have to be an actual progressive item. If he finds 50 rupees, if he finds 3 bombs, that's workable, you know. But he's not going to find either. So it turned out to be a. Raikou did not pick up the chest in Sanctuary, which I don't know if that was an oversight. That was in case it was flippers, so he could do his hula hand. I know why.
He does it intentionally. Yeah. I know that's. I've seen him do that a number of times in watching him race. That's his mo. He will skip that to do that early hula hand play, and he really lives by that. Which I don't blame him, because sometimes, as you were saying, like finding that money is, oh, there's a tree full of rupees. Can be just a lifesaver or a lifeline.
Absolutely. And Raikou getting supers from Uncle. Looked like there was just a missile pack on the Lake Hylia. I did not catch what was in that Sank chest.
No, I didn't see it there.
PB's in Uncle's chest.
Yeah, that is. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ancient.
No. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, power bombs is a really nice find, because it's essentially some form of bombs, and the morph ball are really what you're looking for in order to kind of get into Super Metroid. The only other things you'd want there are the missile packs, the super missiles and regular missiles. But once you have at least one form of bombs and one morph ball, you can kind of start exploring all the various areas in Super Metroid. Another thing that people sometimes don't think about is if you were to get an early screw attack, that does open up some areas in Criteria to to explore. And there's Nobly checking out the maze game, not finding anything he likes, I don't think.
Yeah, but more route divergence here. Nobly taking the southern route. Raikou, meanwhile, going the more traditional route. I saw a map check. I believe I saw that Eastern and Desert were regular crystals. I didn't catch what Tower of Hera was.
That's all right. Good old chat will always let us know what we missed.
Green Pendant Hera, thank you. Our good old tracker, Sandres, love you, man. Love you. Love them. Y'all have love for them trackers out there, because I get confused tracking my own stuff, much less trying to keep up with 2 other people. And there's Raikou picking up Spring.
Yeah, Spring Ball is a really nice item. In Super Metroid, I think personally that it's the best item in the game. Not the best weapon, but the best item in the game. And getting it really early opens up a number of things. I know you like the Spring Ball jump. So that's one thing that opens and enables.
It's a real saver on power bombs in this.
Yeah.
When you don't have morph ball bombs, and I kind of agree with you. I do think that Spring Ball is the best item in the game, not named high jump boots, but I still like my high jump boots. All right, and Nobly getting the first bottle and a morph ball. Raikou, meanwhile, gets a book, ether, spazer, and fire rod. So we've got a stack cack.
Yeah. These are some very nice items. One thing we see here is that Raikou does have 0 bombs currently. So we'll see if he wants to go and buy some before he goes into the well or not.
Well, we happen to know that that's trash back there, but he doesn't.
Yes.
Oh, and the red cane.
Wow, Cane of Samaria. Oh, this is so interesting. I feel like
this is going to be one of those seeds where go anywhere. It looks.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That is exactly what I was thinking.
Also, and this is just a little side note, all those Spazer haters out there, in this game, you are happy to see Spazer when you get it if you don't have any other beam. A beam,
yeah, it's extra damage
anytime.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take extra damage almost all the time, and especially in a randomizer.
Well, you know, and if you're good about doing stuff like an early wreck ship, okay, with a low health, that Spazer beam really works well on Phantoon's flames, and that helps you survive. You know, whether you have charge or not, one of the biggest dangers in fighting Phantoon is all the flame attacks.
Absolutely.
Little things like that can make a difference, not only in your performance, but where you choose to go.
Yeah, you're right, because the width, the wider, the wideness of the Spazer beam helps get those the hitboxes and the flames a little bit easier. So yeah, you're right.
Hey man, we got a pet check.
Yeah, that early book. This is not, you know, this is going to give Nobly information, and information is trigonometry gun.
That would be wave beam.
I was trying to puzzle that out
really
myself.
Sad. That would make me really sad, because wave beam is my favorite beam in the game. Raikou just kind of staring like it took him a minute to get that. Now, interestingly here, Raikou, because he purchased his bombs, has plenty. Nobly right now, I believe, is out of bombs. And we're going to get a dam check. More power bombs. I think that's 2 to 3 sets they've gotten. They're really liking seeing that. It's if you've ever done this, you know, then going into Super Metroid with just 5 power bombs and no morph ball bombs is very tedious and can wind up with some uncomfortable situations. So 2 to 3 packs. 3 packs is optimum.
Yeah, there's a lot of soft lock potential. There's a sword for Raikou,
which is awesome. He can go right straight into Mini Moldorm. Now he doesn't have to worry about conserving his bombs so much. And his looks like his route is going to work out.
It certainly has been working out pretty nicely. Yeah, as you said, nobly, taking those chances with his routing.
And here he goes. He's going straight into Super Metroid.
Interesting. Oh, there's a Master Sword and some more power bombs for Raikou. So that opens up the potential for Aghanim.
I was about to say, come on, Lamp, because I'm not playing this seed. Come on, Lamp.
Yeah.
And Raikou evidently gonna skip Ice Rod Cave for now.
Yeah, you might want to make that play later on. I like to make that play when I can fake flippers up to Zora. So that's when I'll have 500 rupees. So he might be thinking something like that as well. We'll see. He's gonna go over to Desert here. We'll find out. Excuse me. What's on the ledge? We'll find out what's in Agina, and we'll see if he actually wants to go in. Because he does have the book.
Nobly, meanwhile, checking 230 missiles, but not checking Bomb Chorizo, and then heading around down towards Green Bryn. Always going to check the back of Gauntlet.
I like this. I like this back of Gauntlet check. I think actually that not enough folks do this. And they just kind of, I'll check the back of Gauntlet when I go through Gauntlet. But this is faster and saves, boy, Ice Rod up there. And it does save a number of power bombs. It lets you get this information earlier.
Yeah, and you actually get the 2 power bombs from the B-Toms up there. Yep. Unfortunately, Nobly can't go get that Ice Rod right now because he only has 5 power bombs max. And you need to have 10 to get all the way through. Raikou, meanwhile, had found a heart container at Agina and moving on into Desert. I didn't see if he checked what was on the ledge or not.
He did, but I missed it. So, yeah. There's Raikou going into Desert, as I thought. What is Nobly?
He's saving.
Okay, he's going into the save room. For a second there, I thought he was going into the map room, and I was like, no, don't do that.
Well, unfortunately for Raikou, Desert is going to be boots locked, and apparently there was nothing on the ledge because he's piecing straight out.
Yeah.
Oh, Nobly is saving because he doesn't feel comfortable with the mock ball, but he's not going to be soft locked.
No. Not with 4 power bombs.
Oh, but if he misses it enough times, he would be in trouble if he couldn't farm any. I understand why he's saving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Zeb's in that room. I don't think he can drop power bombs.
All right, and he makes it.
Yeah, very nicely
job
done.
there, Nobly.
Yeah, it is much easier if you do that from outside of the room. Like Nobly was trying it. The short hop mock ball is definitely much harder.
And the hammer.
Yeah. So that's interesting. That opens up nothing right now in Zelda, but that puts us a Moon Pearl and some gloves away from Dark World access.
And also, you know, I've had somebody say that Hammer is like the morph ball of A Link to the Past. Just having the hammer once you have Dark World access opens up travel and ways to go to a lot of areas that otherwise would be really aggravating and time consuming to get to.
We did that. I did a seed a couple of days ago, and hammer was like the last thing I found. And yeah, it was just awful to go around anywhere.
Okay, so Raikou, having spotted that ice rod, he's got 4 packs of power bombs in his pocket. He is, I assume, gonna go right now and go get that. I don't blame him. No,
I wouldn't. Not with only 99 energy. Gauntlet with 99 energy is incredibly dangerous. It looks like he's gonna go over here at 230, but
Nobly, meanwhile, down in Edica's, you know, I didn't even notice that they didn't have an energy pack.
no, yeah, they do not. They do not have an energy tank. All right, Nobly, not quite sure where the 3 blocks are. All right, he's got it.
They're easy to find, Nobly. Just keep walking.
Yeah, you'll find them right when you fall through them. They are breakable blocks when you stand on them, so you can, if you hold the jump when you hit them, you can jump off them, like you know, from quick falls and things like that. There's a quarter of a heart down in underneath Old Mother Brain there. Raikou says, I don't want that garbage.
Now, Nobly got to be careful here. He's down to he's down to 35 energy. He needs to leave those spikes alone.
Yeah, that is the danger. I have actually taken to your method of using power bombs down there when I don't have suits and very little energy. So I kind of like that. You just clear out pretty much everything out of your way, and
you if or either you keep the same amount of power bombs. Oh, Raikou finding various and alpha missiles. But
yeah, you're right.
You keep the same amount of power bombs, or you wind up a net +1, depending on how RNG does.
Yes, you're right. Which I really like. So this is interesting here, because Nobly's kind of passing by that area in the other way, in the other direction. So
he did not go to Big Pink?
No. He did not. He's going back up to basically kind of the ship. Alright, nothing too terribly exciting in building maze up here for Raikou.
Well, Nobly is known for, you know, route gambles. Maybe he's taking one. Maybe he has something in mind. I don't really know what he's thinking right now, but okay. Interesting though. Still no energy tank for either one of them.
The Varia suit does open up Norfair, but yeah, no energy tank. Is Raikou gonna go meme route over here? Very dangerous. Those giant side hoppers can kill you really quickly. Maybe nobody wants to go to
lamp.
Talk about the agony play.
Raikou pulling off the power bomb kill. Nice shot. One more hit from those giant side hoppers would have been trouble.
Yeah, you saw it. It took away like 50 of his health when the one clipped him. So yeah,
I'm surprised Raikou didn't check green pipe, but there's mirror. Wow, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
No, I got stunned by the mirror there in Big Pink, and yeah, your observation about the green pipe is also is interesting there. Nobly, I wonder what he could be thinking. Right.
One thing I can think of, he may be thinking, you know, he needs some more items for Super Metroid. Coming here that early, it's tempting to do that, but I usually don't like to come like that unless I have at least 10 power bombs. Oh, look at this. What? He's going around. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't have power bombs selected, and then he decided to go around, and it looks like he's going to go to the top of Red Tower here. There are 3 items up here. Oh, maybe check Mo check too.
I like to check as far as mode. I like this.
Yeah, I did this the other day, and then I CWJ'd over into the moat, kind of on accident, and I was just like, oh, well then I guess I'll go clear out the wrecked ship. I don't know if that was actually a good choice.
Like Bob Ross, a happy little accident when you CWJ without meaning to.
Hey, you know, it's a hard trick.
It is. Raikou, interestingly, is skipping a lot of things. He skipped some things in Big Pink. I believe he skipped Wavegate. He skipped Mission Impossible. He skipped Charge Beam. Maybe he's thinking he'll come back when he has Speed Booster. I don't know. Or he may be thinking he's finding the items that are there to get. Oh, and neither has turned on Spazer.
No, neither of them have turned on the Spazer Beam. You do have to turn it on because if you pick it up in Zelda and it automatically turned on and you had Plasma or Spazer, the opposite of one, and then it would cause problems in Super Metroid, so you do actually have to turn it on. Oh, there you go. Nobly remembering to turn it on.
And finding the first E-Tank we've seen so far. So he did get rewarded for coming this way.
Yeah. An E-Tank is actually kind of a big thing. The next thing Nobly's gonna need here is that Varia suit. So he's gonna want to go to First Missiles and pick that up. Gonna farm these zeros here for power bombs. Basically guaranteed power bomb drops unless you are full on power bombs, which is really, really nice. Meanwhile, we see Raikou kind of cleaning up the areas that Nobly was already in.
Nobly being real careful in Alpha Peeves. Okay.
Yeah.
So not much at the top of Red Tower other than that energy.
Yeah, 50 rupees is nice, but definitely not what Nobly is looking for sure. The real pickups seem to be that mirror that Raikou has found, and that's kind of, or the lamp, and that's kind of it. Yeah, I was thinking for Zelda, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Varia suit for Super Metroid. And I wonder if we're going to see any of these runners go as far down as to the bottom of Red Tower to over to Kraid and kind of that upper Norfair area.
I fully expect Raikou to, because he has that. He's going to want to come out Death Mountain. He has full light Death Mountain access. He can clear Hera. He can get over to East Death Mountain. I would really expect him to do that.
Yes, that is exactly what I was thinking, is if they were going to go over to the Death Mountain area. And now Nobly does not have that mirror that we know is in Big Pink, so that's going to stop him kind of collecting all the rest of that information and items.
Okay, it looks like Raikou, I see what he was doing. He was trying to find an energy tank before he came messing with these giant side hoppers over here.
Yeah, high jump or an energy tank for sure. There's another energy tank at Spazer for Nobly. So that's one thing that Nobly is going to have over Raikou, but Raikou does have that Varia suit, so that's going to give him a kind of damage reduction, which is nice. So we'll be down our first boss, and that will most likely be Kraid pretty soon.
And now I guess Raikou's going to do Mission Impossible.
It makes sense to kind of... He is very much of the mind of be thorough with with your areas, and then you know, if you can clean it out, you should clean it out. And then, you know, if you got the thing you're looking for, then, you know, move on. So this early in the game, we're gonna see thoroughness.
And speed booster. Oh, huge find for Raikou. He is really picking up all the good stuff.
Yeah, and what does this do for Nobly, right? Because Nobly has not gone to Big Pink. So that means a mirror, a speed booster, are currently not in his possession, right? That Varia suit we know is at first missiles, but yeah, just this puts Nobly further and further behind, further and further from these items.
Raikou, though, skipping the waterway check, you have enough energy to do waterway. You need like 70.
Yeah, 70
2 to 75. If you don't do that thing where you jump up in the air and then spark, which I don't understand why people do. Anyway, Nobly is about to take on Kraid.
I wonder if he's just not worried about the short charge.
No, I think
don't know.
Raikou can do the short charge. I think he's taking a little route and gamble there, and it's not a bad one considering all the other items that he has found in that area.
Yeah, or maybe he doesn't know that you can do it with only one E-tank. That's. He's gonna find an E-tank up here, though. All right, looks like Nobly's dancing with Kraid here.
For me, Kraid quick kill without the charge beam is hit or miss. You know, I can't. The guys that do it with just missiles, even when they have charge beam, I mean, you learn that strat that time, and then they say it's faster and all that. But to me, the charge beam method is much more consistent because it locks that arm down.
Yeah,
and that's what gets me on the missile method. If I mess up the missile method, it's because of that arm.
Yep. You're right. I exclusively do the missile method, and that's basically what happens. I just mistimed it somewhere. So yeah. Did Nobly check the yeah, Nobly checked the Kraid missiles over here. So Raikou going down the elevator here, not going over to the warehouse. This is, I think, an interesting route choice as well.
And just a big 20 there.
Yeah.
In the Kraid E-tank.
Well, I'm always disappointed to see the like 5s and the 20s and the rupees, you know. I don't know why, but in Super Metroid, I see a rupee and I'm just like, oh. In Zelda.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say in Zelda, like I'm good with seeing rupees, but in Super Metroid, I see rupees. I'm just like, I'm sad. I'm disappointed. I don't know what the difference is. Yeah, you were gonna say about Raikou missing the Sova and not getting the door.
Yeah, mistiming the power bomb. And Nobly, meanwhile, not turning around and shooting the door. So he's gonna have to re-kill it. Yeah, Raikou's gonna go on out to Death Mountain. I don't blame him. Kraid is such a gimme. It's so quick.
My only thought there is that there's Kraid is so quick, and there's basically 3 items that Kraid unlocks. There's the Varia suit item, the Kraid missile item, and the Kraid E-tank. And so, like, it's quick, and you turn around and you get those 3 items, and then you have a boss down too. So I don't know.
Well, there's a school of thought, you know. Typically, you will spend more time in A Link to the Past than you will Super Metroid.
Yep.
Because Link to the Past is a little bit more convoluted. And there is a school of thought that says you knock out any dungeon, any crystal you can in A Link to the Past, as soon as you have an opportunity to get that out of the way. Raikou is a proponent of that, I believe, depending on what items you have. So I'm thinking, you know, we're coming up on half an hour. He'll feel good about getting a crystal. And no, this Hera's a green pendant. Disregard everything I just said, and I'll be quiet now.
You know, you were not wrong, right? Like, I actually ascribe to that school of thought when I have, or at least I pretend to, when I have something that can take me into a dungeon and allow me to complete it, I want to go into that dungeon and I want to complete it. So you know, I actually think that that's a lot of the top tier runners kind of follow that same thought pattern, right? Like, because what's the end goal here, right? Get the crystals, beat Ganon, right?
All right,
So,
we got. I'm sorry to interrupt you. We
no,
had
no, no.
Thieves Town and Mire as our 5-6, and I didn't catch all the pendants. But chat pointing out East Death Mountain good check density, and yet you're right. Oh, and Raikou can do the tablet as well.
Oh boy, no, please, gotta make it through here. This ice. No, you gotta. And you're gonna have to jump off the wall here. No, nobly is not gonna make it.
Nobly takes it. And I give Nobly credit. He's trying to make the plays. Unfortunately, his gambles are not really paying off right now.
Nah,
he did save first though, which is super smart.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely, he saved here. And the other thing I was gonna say that he got really nicely was the mock ball into ice. He got that. It was really nicely done. So we'll see if he wants to try that again, or if he's just gonna go into Zelda, which I think is what he's doing. Yeah.
And Raikou apparently is gonna go ahead and move forward with Hera. I don't blame him. It's quick, and it's the green pendant.
Yeah, there's a couple items in here, plus the green pendant, which you mentioned, opens up Sahasrara. So it opens up a third if he does get it. And Moldorm, frankly, isn't that difficult to beat.
Not with the hammer or the Master Sword. I
yeah.
use a hammer if I have tempered.
Do you?
I like the hammer strat. I did. Early on when I started doing this, Trolldorm really lived up to his name for me. You know, he made my Samuel Jackson meme pretty popular. And once I learned the hammer strat, I'm like, this is my go-to. Okay, Swamp Palace Skullwoods Pendants, Thieves Town Misery Mire 5-6. Thank you, son.
Yes, thank you very much. All right, so there is a compass for Raikou, not something he's excited to see. Get out the way, fire the dongo. All right, there's some bombs for Nobly. So the sad part here is that Nobly does not have those big pink items, and is not going to be able to complete as much of this this Death Mountain as Raikou is going to have, and that's just going to put him further and further behind here. Raikou.
It is, but you know, so far the good thing about what's going on here is Nobly's not finding anything that's going to lead him into another direction. So it's going to push him back in the right now, the way it stands right now, it'll push him back in the direction he needs to go.
Yeah, that's fair.
But you're right. The time loss is not good.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm thinking about is the time loss. Right, so
sorry.
I was gonna say that puts the third or the second item in the basement, if I'm not mistaken.
I hate that. It's not so bad with Mirror, but still. And yeah, Obscure Life Form. Yeah, definitely Hammer Mole. And Nobly setting up for the bomb jump. Almost gets it.
Oh yeah, that Obscure Life Form does have a good point there about hoping to find Speed Booster before doing Big Pink, so he can do the Water Ride check. That's interesting. I never considered that.
That's also, you're right about that. That is a peculiarity of RaikouRider. He does not like to do waterway, much in the same way that I don't like X-ray.
I'm not a fan of X-ray, and I'm not a fan of King's Aura. I think both of those checks are awful. And they rarely ever produce something good.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, thank you for that insight there. Oh, and Raikou getting the news, not happy at all. You never are. You know it's trash, but you still got to go. Because the only time it's not trash is when you don't go.
Yeah, when you skip it. All right, here is ice beam item for Nobly, and it's some bombs, sadly.
You know, and honestly, I hate to see this because I like to see people make gambles and, you know, they pay off. Oh, and the shovel on Floating Island. I'd like to see at least one of Nobly's gambles pay off. Because that, you know, that it's a little demoralizing early in the race when you make those gambles and nothing turns out for you, and then you feel like you're behind, and it makes for a tense race.
Oh yeah, and these are tense enough as it is.
But now it appears Nobly is going to start doing some of the clearing he needs to. Still only 5 power bombs though. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Raikou found a couple of packs. I can't remember where, but I'm hoping
in various
Nobly,
locations in Zelda.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking he found at least 1 or 2 in Super Metroid, and I'm hoping Nobly finds those.
Raikou definitely found a second one in Mini Moldorm, which I don't think Nobly has gone to. And there was a couple other locations that, kind of in just the way Raikou went around Zelda.
Really?
Nobly,
okay.
Yeah.
Because I know he's got like 25 that he can hold right now. But wow, all of those were in Zelda. That's
yeah. The one, you're right. The one, if it's 25, the one was in Super Metroid. But yeah, he came into Super Metroid with 20 power bombs.
Raikou getting the bug net and E-Tank, which he's happy to see. Not much else in Paradox, really sort of a blah.
Nobly going to be happy to see this item.
He's going to be happy, but now he's going to know that he's probably behind.
Yeah, something that Nobly could do that Raikou has not yet done, and this may be what Raikou's going to do, is check the Norfair areas. Bubble Mountain, etc., etc.
Well, Nobly can't get there right now. He needs that speed booster, or he needs space jump, or bombs, or ice beam to be able to get there.
I mean, I'm hoping now that he's back in Super Metroid, he's gonna end up going to that big pink. He can get out of here. Yeah. You have to wait for the water to be like at its lowest point.
And like most things, you jump going through the door. Now, it's way harder if you've got high jump boots. You can do that, but you really have to jump right at the last possible second going through that.
Yeah.
And Raikou's going to find nothing but trash down here, but he will get the check out of the way. I'm wondering if he's going to go ahead and go to Croc.
I might be absolutely tempted to go to Croc at this point in time.
There's not a better time to do it when he's doing this check. He has the speed booster.
Exactly.
He has the ammo. You know, and look, he's up to 30 power bombs. Yep. I'm really hoping that Nobly finds at least another pack somewhere.
Yeah.
He does have the one to do the check behind Morph Ball, so hopefully he will find that one.
Yes. It looks like he's going to come over here to meet him around. He does only have a single power bomb left, so he can get this item and then leave. But he's going to have to leave through the climb.
Raikou, meanwhile, dispatching Crocomire without much trouble and gets rewarded with Ice Beak.
Yeah, that's one I'm kind of divided to see early in Super Metroid, because then it means all your enemies are going to be frozen. It does increase your damage, but that freezing of your enemies can sometimes annoy you.
Which is why it's usually immediately turned off until Turing.
Yeah, I'm not. I'd rather not. I'm slow enough at this game, so I'd rather not pause more times than I have to. But yeah, I wouldn't blame folks if that's what they did. If that's what they did when they got it, just straight up turn it off.
Oh, Raikou with the full uppy.
Is that what we call that now?
No, that's really for the one when you screw it up in Meridia, you know, at the door when instead of shine sparking to the right, you go up. That's the full uppy. That is still technically a Goop spark. Shout out to Goop.
Yeah, that's. All right, nobly going back into Zelda here. Can do a save and quick go back to the mountain and quick go back to this North area, but still has not gone to Big Pink. And right now, that's kind of where the action is.
Well, we are going to see some stuff. I don't think that Raikou has done this yet, has he?
He's not.
And gravity.
Yeah.
Oh, that is bad news for Nobly.
It's bad news for Super Metroid for Nobly, for sure. Although I tell you what, man, when I find Gravity Suit in Super Metroid and I have like the kind of item set that Raikou has, I stay in Super Metroid probably way too long, and I just do stuff in Super Metroid.
Well, but that's what we know. We're comfortable with it, you know?
Yes.
And you're like, all right. I mean, you've got speed. If he finds something like Space Jump, if I find this item set with something like Space Jump, yeah, I'm going every.
Yeah, this loadout is almost enough to kill Ridley. I mean, he needs a little bit more ammo, but like this loadout is. And maybe some more energy tanks, but you know you can do it.
Although that does backfire. I did a seed last night where there were 2 progression items in all of Super Metroid. All of Super. Ask me how I know all.
Because you're like me and you 100% Super Metroid every time you do one of these things. Alright, there's a sword from Nobly, so I'm sure he's happy to see that. It's gonna go over to Mini Moldorm and get the Master Sword.
Now, one thing that could work in Nobly's favor here is if he were to find an item in Ice Rod Cave that Raikou skipped.
Yeah, he doesn't quite have all the money, but he could also go up to Zora. Without the Moon Pearl, I'm less excited about that play, but he could do something else like a fake flippers to Hobo, finding something there, you know, because that kind of puts flippers in logic, or if flippers were to be in logic somehow, and there was something at Hobo. So like these are kinds of things that Nobly could do that could still pan out for him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If I'm in Nobly's position right now, I would consider it. I'm feeling I'm behind, you know, and I would consider doing this and then just the fake flipper to Hobo. Okay.
Yes.
So what you're doing then is you're saying you're going to put off Zora and all that until you have the flippers. Hopefully you can run it all in with catfish.
Yeah.
You know, you're just saving that back half. You're hoping for a strike on an item.
Yep.
And Nobly really needs a break right now. I don't know if he knows it or not, but he does. He needs a break to get back into this because Raikou is just padding his lead.
Yeah. The item set that Raikou's found is all right. Nothing there, but he could. Nobly could still do this play that we're talking about. Blue mail there for Raikou.
Love seeing blue mail because that means I'm good for the rest of the game. I'm
Not a big fan of that green mail, huh?
I died 3 times to Chain Chomps day before yesterday in 5-heart green mail Turtle Rock. What do you?
Oh man.
And he is going to do the fake flipper. Okay. Whether this pays off or not, I agree with this decision by Nobly. I think he's doing the right.
Yeah, I like this too.
Raikou, meanwhile, is clearing out that Bubble Mountain area. Another E-Tank for him. Now, that's the one thing he is a little shy on. He's going to be happy to see that. And some more supers. I do not expect to see him go to Lower Norfair at this time. And the fluke.
Oh, now that is a big item for Nobly.
That doesn't do a lot for him right this second.
You're right. Go ahead.
No, that was all I was saying. It doesn't do a lot for him right this second, but he had.
Yeah, so I mean, just the movement that it enables around Zelda, I think is going to help Nobly a lot. As he tries to kind of move around and figure out where he really needs to go. And that's eventually going to be the Big Pink. But like that's a great find for Nobly, right? We were talking about that gamble that kind of pays off for him. That has paid off for him.
Yes, it has. And again, I am glad to see it. Raikou picking up silver from Wave Beam, you know, and the thing is the flute. If you're talking about later in the game, as long as mitts aren't somewhere like Meyer, you know, then you don't have to worry about Lower Norfair being your access.
Exactly.
And I believe Nobly is also going to use that lamp to do the whole escape sequence. I agree with this. Check everything that thing puts, because he's not been here yet. Now he can possibly go all the way through if he finds the key. I don't think Raikou has done escape either.
I think he's done a little bit of it. He definitely came up to Uncle, but I think he may not have done it all.
Yeah, that's what I meant. He did Uncle, which is standard, but he didn't do any of the escape. And what Nobly wants really bad right now is for something to be down here like Moon Pearl would be huge. If it's Moon Pearl, we might see Nobly go right on through Aga into Dark World.
So that's actually something that I was thinking as well, right? Like that Aga play. Now we saw Raikou already in the Dark World, so they do have kind of Dark World access as far as mirroring over into the Death Mountain. But that was kind of his only glimpse, and that doesn't really get you much of anything except for the knowledge of where the crystals are. But yeah, if nobody did the Aga play, then that would mean the Dark World is open for him.
And first chest is the key.
Yeah.
And when I have the key and it gives me lamp early, I take that as a sign that it wants me to go on through. This could actually be a good turning point for Nobly. And I'm hoping he finds something here. because this is something Raikou hasn't done. And now we're getting into the point, like we talked about. Raikou, I would suspect, is going to go right on into Meridia from here. And if it turns out to be a wasteland, if he doesn't have much progression there and Nobly finds some progression, that could definitely put him right back into this race. There's Quake.
Medallions are always nice to find, especially when you have no idea what the medallions are required to open the dungeons. So that's always a really nice thing. Yeah, here's going to be that crate for Raikou.
Nobly kind of setting up for the Death Warp. Oh, he does not have mirror.
Yeah, no, he's going to set up for the Death Warp here. He's going to want to watch out for that green guard so he can get the chest before he dies. Alright, King of Burna. Not bad.
No, that's a free blind fight.
Yep. And I think from here we're going to see Nobly go into Dark Cross. It'll give him the 3 chests in the back as well.
Yeah, he's got at least 3 items coming because he hasn't found the map yet. So there's 3 items from this, and there's been suspiciously we know there's been no glove anywhere yet. So
yeah, no glove and no moon pearl. So this is I think this is a good play for Nobly for what kind of what he needs to be doing. What his item set is, and
what's going to be key here is what he does after this. I would say that his best shot, based on what I see right here, is to do the Aga play and hope for like Moon Pearl on Pyramid or something if he doesn't find it here. Now, I don't know what Raikou's going to find in Meridia, but based on what I've seen, if he just comes behind Raikou right now, he's playing catch up.
Yeah, exactly. And no, I think your assessment there is right on with it, and Nobly, in order to stay in this game, he needs to be doing different things. Nothing at Main Street there, and nothing at Crab Supers. That big heart, the full heart, Raikou may want to grab. I always like grabbing those. But let's see. One thing we haven't seen either runner do is an Eastern play. We saw the Sahasrara check.
Yeah, Nobly's going back into Super Metroid.
I wonder if this will bring him to Big Pink.
I would assume so. Hey, but look, he's got 15 power bombs now. All right.
Yeah, max 20. So yeah, that's really good.
Had he had that when he went into Super Metroid, I think this would be a little different.
Yeah, you know what he might be doing? He might be trying to go to Gauntlet, where he knows that Ice Rod is.
Not a bad play. Raikou, interestingly here, is going to do a gravity jump as opposed to using the speed booster to get up.
Yeah, when I have it, I like doing the speed booster. But he might either be wanting to conserve energy, or might have forgotten he has speed booster.
Is nobody going to do the CWJ here?
It looks like he's setting up for it, and he's already got the moat item. Can't imagine what else he'd be doing.
And nails it!
First try! Unbelievable. Wow.
Somebody's been practicing that.
Yeah, that is...
And you know what? Hey, this is what he needs to do. And he needs this to pay off. But this is what he needs to do. Shout outs to Wesker, Reversed.
Yeah, this is, I think this is a big play for Nobly. And this is the kind of thing that he needs to be doing.
And you know, just as a comment, Raikou thus far has found squat,
Nothing. Yep.
but he's clearing a lot of territory quick
Yes,
that
he is.
Nobly is going to have to either ignore or try to play catch.
Well, yeah, depending on what he finds. Okay, you can super missile that Ripper there. It will return you a super missile if you're afraid of kind of hitting and clipping into it.
But you know, nobody doesn't know this, but that speed booster did put Wreck Ship in logic. So he's not doing an out of logic play.
You're right. It did. There is a Bombos medallion for Raikou.
And so now we've seen all of our medallions.
Yep.
Yeah, Reverse, that was unexpected. It sure took me by surprise. I mean, none against Nobly, but there's nothing I've seen him doing in Super Metroid thus far that would have led me to believe that he would then CWJ over to Wreck Ship. That caught me by surprise.
Me too. 100% surprised by that. That is not something that I would have put on. It's not something I would have put on the table for either of these runners, frankly.
But it's interesting. I'm glad I saw this, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah.
That might be useful information at a later date.
Right,
and the mushroom.
Yeah. Blech. Raikou just resetting on that. He says, nah.
Well, he hasn't checked his other sand pit. Worst case scenario for Raikou right now is there to be a progression item in the other sand pit. Because then he's got to decide, does he want to do both sand pits?
With the
Wesker
mushroom.
had a name for that kind of choice at one time, but this is a family-friendly channel, so I'm not going to.
Oh, man. Well, we know how colorful you are, Ancient.
And Raikou catching a break, nothing in that other sand pit.
Yeah, so does he want the mushroom? Maybe if he goes to do Shack Tool.
He'll get the mushroom after Dragon, I would imagine. Yeah. I don't see him going to Shack with what he has right now unless he ice clips. I don't know that he's going to want to invest the time in the ice clip.
It's not much time required to do the ice clip.
No, but I did one last night, Wesker.
You did an ice clip?
Oh, I did a Crystal Flash.
Crystal Flash. Yeah, I was saying you are a wholesale against that ice clip.
Ice clip is like non-alcoholic beer. It serves no logical purpose whatsoever. Raikou taking on Botch Wound.
I think that's unfair to ice clip.
I would say that non-alcoholic beer would be offended to be compared to ice.
Alright, nobody needs one super missile in Phantoon here.
Did not catch what Raikou ran right past there.
Nope, I didn't catch it either.
Oh, shield! Shout out to Wesker again.
Yeah.
Well, Raikou forming up here. He must not be real comfortable with the Shine Spark kill without high.
He may want more energy for it as well. But it looks like he's farming up supers too. With the Shine Sparks, Dragon can chain damage you and kill you pretty easily. So
I'm trying to start a meme here, Wesker. You know how the Spazer got to be known as the Seffi beam? I'm going for the shield to be known as the Wesker shield. I'm trying to immortalize you, brother.
Alright, so here is a wreck ship right supers for Nobly.
Yeah, he needs a. When you go to wreck ship, you usually are praying for any item anyway, because a lot of times this is just nothing over here. But he really needs something here, like a glove or a moon pearl. He really does. If it's moon pearl, I would look for him to go straight Aga.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Fusion, Raikou's routing really paid off for him. Nobly hasn't done big pinker, and Raikou finding flippers.
Puts that play that Nobly did earlier into. Can Nobly do a sponge bath there? What's he got to do sponge bath? Power bombs? That's it?
He can do the power bomb. He doesn't have speed booster, so yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, yeah, that was.
As Wesker points out, Raikou has Dark World access if he finds Moon Pearl, because he now has the flippers. He can leave through the Meridia portal and come right out. But without that Moon Pearl, there's not much he can do with it right now.
All right, let's see here. Nobly. Oh, Nobly can do a spring ball jump.
Yeah, never mind. I think he's a bit late with that one.
Yeah, he might want to also crouch. Yeah, if he crouches, he'll get a little bit of extra.
You actually have to start pausing before you jump when you don't have high jump boots, and that's a lot of finger movement right there. One time.
Yeah, this trick. I love this trick, but at the same time, I hate this trick. Because without high jump, it's really hard, and the only times you kind of need it is when you don't have high jump. So
Nobly doing what I consider to be the correct thing here. If you're not getting it, give up.
Yeah, just
like I should have done that lava dive. But Raikou just finding bomb. There at Dragon again, still flippers. He has found flippers, but that's been the only thing of flippers and a mushroom, which is of questionable value at this point.
Flippers we know are going to lead Raikou to flute at Hobo eventually. But yeah, that is about it. All right, nobody needs to be careful here. This attic can be pretty dangerous.
Yeah, Nobly not having the added enemy protection from that gravity suit. And that attic is a rough spot, man. Those key hunters don't play.
The other thing here is Nobly's going to have a difficult time checking the criteria item in the basically the ceiling up on the mountain out here.
Yeah, he's going to have to ride.
If it were me, I wouldn't even bother riding the trippers. They're just too slow. Those I would skip that item.
And Pegasus boots.
Wow. So that opens up
an item, yeah.
That opens up Desert Palace for Nobly. Nobly hasn't gone there.
You're right, but now he's got everything. No, he needs a glove. But he can check the front.
Glove and Desert Palace?
I've seen glove and boots in Desert Palace.
Alright, let's see. Is Nobly gonna ride the tripper? Yeah, it looks like he's gonna take a ride on the tripper.
And
name
this
of
is
that.
not an easy jump.
Mm-mm.
A little wall jump to get up on the other one without high jump boots. It's easy to flub this.
Yep.
So Raikou going to
That mushroom.
you grab that mushroom now. Be interesting to see if he gives a shot at plasma. He does not have. The only thing he has is speed booster, and killing that first space pirate with the speed booster is aggravating.
Oh yeah.
So Raikou gonna leave Shack Tool and Plasma, just a bottle in the mountain. Okay, good job. He checked it.
There's some super missiles there. Definitely
I'd
gonna want
grab
those. Yeah, I would absolutely grab those. Nobody's saying no. Ah, his spring ball is off. No, it is not the first bottle. That's Nobly already has a bottle and has checked Sick Kid.
Yes, I agree, Sandres. No charge. I'm grabbing every super pack that's within reach.
Yep. Me too. I am of that mind as well. You're gonna want at least 30 for Ridley. 35, make it real nice and comfortable. And for Mother Brain, you're gonna need about 70. So 60 for Mother Brain 2 and 7 for Mother Brain 1.
Okay, and Nobly getting some good news. He's not going to get punished for coming to wreck ship without that speed booster.
Yep. Just some more supers there, which he doesn't need to pick them up from there. There'll be plenty in Zelda. Which might be why he's figuring on skipping the other ones on the other side. I don't know. I'd still pick them up anyway.
Yeah, you're right, Lifeform. Where is that Merle? I mean, nah, there's still.
There's still plenty left.
We have not seen Criteria Supers. We have not seen Criteria Power Bombs. We've not seen Waterway. We've not seen what that mushroom holds. Nobly found boots, so that's going to be bonk rocks. That also opens up part of desert. Nobly needs to be really freaking careful here. Oh boy.
He's at the end here.
Be really glad those spikes are environmental damage.
Yeah. Yeah, they're the lesser damage, yeah.
And do not die to a fish coming out of here, buddy. Because it can happen.
Yeah, the Skulteris, if he falls into the water. If he does the damage boost off of...
Ask me how I know it could happen.
Oh yeah, that Skultera will do 50 damage to you. With only Various Suit? Yeah. The other thing is, I mean, he can get hurt by the work robots, right? They shoot rings and then there's spikes in here and stuff. So, all right, nothing exciting. So he's not even gonna play around.
I would about want him to get an E-tank here, to be honest.
No, he needs something more exciting. And Bloomerang is not it.
He was so excited he jumped for joy right over the top of it.
Oh yeah, he missed it. He forgot to pick it up.
Careful, Nobly, careful. Do not take this hit. Do not take this.
Whoosh. He's playing. What are you doing, Nobly? Oh, he wants the Crystal Flash. It's got to be the only thing. He wants the Crystal Flash. I would not have chosen a Skultera to take damage off of the Crystal Flash. Yeah, he's got a Crystal Flash.
Nobly, when you watch this back, look, I'm old. All right, don't do that to my heart, dude. Do not do that to my. And a good thing he had that one power bomb left, or he would have soft locked himself right there.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that was yeah, I don't know. With the 50 energy, I think I would have just gone and left the wreck ship area. Guys, the ship is right there, and you can just refill everything. So,
And now Raikou is headed to wreck ship. I think
yeah,
he's gonna fill up and save first.
yeah, he's gonna save his ship first, I think. But he does have the speed booster here, so that is going to basically evaporate kind of the stuff that Nobly found over the wreck ship, which
Well, I
isn't
mean,
that much.
Raikou doesn't have much more of a choice. He's not found anything that gives him anything new in Zelda yet. He's cleared out upper. He's still got, he's got the equipment to do wreck ship and these checks. He's going to do it. I wouldn't be surprised to see him knock out Criteria Supers right now. He's going to go get that ice rod.
Yeah, this I like. I like going to get the ice rod here. You're gonna find out what's in the gauntlet here. We're gonna find out. We're gonna get this ice rod, and that's gonna open up his ability to finish Trinax later on.
Okay, so nothing at the front of Gauntlet. The only thing he's going to get out of here is Ice Rod, which, as you said,
I think there were supers back there too. Sorry.
Oh, well, okay. I meant like progressive wise. My bad.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
Nobly, meanwhile, is finally headed in a direction he needs to go. He's going to be a little upset when he sees a lot of it, because he's going to realize his trip would have been a lot faster and easier with this stuff. But he's still going to get it.
Yeah.
And I suspect we will see him check Waterway. Now that could be big. Waterway could be big. If there is an item there like Moon Pearl or Glove, that could be kind of big.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you are right there, AG. And I think that's going to be one of those, it's like one of those gambles that Nobly needs to pay off, right?
Yes, he does. He needs something to pay off right now, because Raikou is going to do Criteria Supers right now, which no other time would make sense.
Yeah, it'd be really awkward to route this in otherwise.
And it's just some supers.
Oh, it's vanilla. Is this even randomized?
Okay, so Nobly, Raikou did not check Charge or Waterway. What you gonna do? Nobly is gonna check Waterway. Okay, here we go.
Like this. I think this is a good call here by Nobly. Again, you need to, play to your outs. Here's Raikou. Raikou's going to be making that play you said earlier about going to the wreck ship now.
For those of you watching that may not know, to do this Shine Spark, you do not need to jump up. All you need to do is activate the Shine Spark and then hold left, and it will shoot you straight across there. There is no need to jump up in the air whatsoever at all, because this can happen. This has been a PSA by yours truly, AG.
I could jump up in the air, but that's just because I'm strange. I find it more consistent that way. But you're right. You can just hold over and hit it.
Raikou, meanwhile, has Shine Spark across the moat, and he is heading to wreck ship. Come on, Nobly. Please get this. I want you to get back in this.
Everybody's pulling for you. Ah.
Duck making a good point. It's gonna happen eventually. Obscure, you said you were friends with him. Be sure after the race and tell him about this. Tell him he does not need to jump into the air.
We're hoping that that's
okay.
sooner rather than later.
It doesn't hurt you as much with gravity because your movement's normal. But when you have Varia, it really messes. Oh, and Raikou just, I don't know if he intentionally enraged Fantoon or...
Maybe he's just trying to show off. Oh, look at me, I can enrage Fantoon and still live with gravity suit, and your flames don't hurt me, Fantoon. Yeah, Nintendo Power Strats is right. Come on, Nobly! Come on, Nobly! $600 damage a super, so you know you don't need too many of them to take down Fantoon.
Understandably, Raikou is not that good at the Doppler strat. So if he had screw attack, you might see him do missile, super, missile, super. It's a guaranteed 3 round. You know, maybe he was going to do that. Figured he can tank the damage.
Yeah, and with his loadout, he can really.
Yeah, he's in very little danger of dying here, and Fantoon bites the dust. So there's another one down for Raikou.
Oh, Nobly.
Nobly, come on, man. Is this what it was like watching me trying that lava dive? And this is a danger that you get into, like what I did. You get stuck on something, and you just, there we go.
All right, Nobly.
Oh no!
10 arrows. Oh, I feel like we need that noise, that sounder from The Price is Right. Oh man.
I actually have that from my Pal Talk days.
10 arrows. My most hated item in Zelda Randomizer.
Yes, which is also immortalized as the Cerberus.
Well, I'm glad I got immortalized in something.
You did it.
Listen, I hate getting 10 arrows.
In the server, when we're doing the multis and we're getting all these 10 arrows, it's known as a Cerberus.
Oh, Nobly, you're way too far. No, he wants to stop right about that tall flower there, that first tall flower. And you can just jump up and shoot it. Basically, gimme.
Was there anything here?
No.
Oh my God. And Raikou scoring Moon Pearl at Wreck Ship E-Tank.
Oh boy.
That
Oh
is
boy.
just
That was the kind
terrible news
Yeah.
for Nobly.
Yeah, it's like, when's he gonna go back there for that? Right? 'Cause that's the kind of item
Like
Nobly.
never.
Yeah, that's the kind of item Nobly needed at the wreck ship. But he needed to be able to get it. And
Oh, I hate that, man. I do.
I
I hate that for him because now.
yeah.
All right, let's think positive though. That is a horrible break for Nobly. Who made a great play with that CWJ going to the wreck ship. That was an awesome play, and to just have it turn out like that is just.
That's infuriating.
He doesn't know at this point, but in retrospect, when he watches back, Nobly went to wreck ship early and could not do the sponge bath strat, and Merle was at the ETA, and Raikou about to pick up his Pegasus boots, and he is just straight up in the driver's seat right now.
Essentially, Raikou's race to lose at this point. I mean, there's still a lot of race left. Don't get me wrong, and things could go way left for Raikou, but
The spring ball jump and the power. I'm sorry, the spring ball jump and the power bomb.
Yeah, it's just hard for me to imagine how this goes in a way that Nobly can kind of catch up. Given the lead that Raikou's been able to build effectively with the placement of items and the routing that both of them have chosen.
Yeah, I would. The thing that kind of gets me is where that Moon Pearl turned out to be, because it's like you said, he's gonna basically exhaust everywhere else before he comes back with that, unless he makes some sort of hero call. Anything's possible, but man, what a call that would be.
Yeah, it's the item in the wreck ship he needed to be there, but when he was there, he just couldn't get it. Given the equipment he had, I don't blame him, because I hate that sponge bath without high jump boots or without speed booster, or having it with only spring ball or a power bomb is miserable.
Well, no, the spring ball jump is not bad. You just have to hit your paws before you jump if you don't have high jump boots. That's the key to that. Otherwise, by the time you pause and it goes dark, you're already back on your way back down, and the spring ball jump won't work. Because I agree with apathy. Like the time that Nobly spent trying to do waterway, that's what he should have spent at sponge bath, because you can't do that CWJ play. When you do that, you're committing to wreck ship, all of it. That's the only way this turns out for you.
Yep, you've got to be able to clear it all.
Abandon an item that you can logically get to. And that spring ball jump is in logic, I believe, or is that in hard logic?
I think that's in hard logic. I don't think that's in normal logic, the spring ball jump.
And Nobly did not go to Alpha Missiles and get his gravity yet.
No, gravity suit was
in Alpha. Oh no, where was it?
It was down in Upper Norfair.
Okay, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Raikou picking up that blue boomerang, exiting the wrecked ship, and except for waterway, that's a pretty much full clear of everything above Meridia.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in time, what Raikou probably needs to do is spend a little love in Zelda and start clearing out some crystals. I think the big question in my mind, right, is what does he have access to, crystal-wise, and which right now I think is nothing. No, because we still don't have a glove. So I think the right play is
he can go
him.
through. No, he can go through Meridia through the portal. He has the flippers and the hooks.
Oh, yes, you're right. He could do that?
No, wait, he doesn't have the hook shot. Those are silver arrows.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he does not. No, neither player has hook shot. He's going to get the flute here in just a moment.
Yes, he will get the flute. He can check Summer Desert. We have not seen an Eastern play yet.
Yes, we have not seen that Eastern play. They may be wanting to save that for an Eastern and Pilot play, but I don't know. Zora is still in logic. Definitely plenty of money to go and check Zora. With the actual flippers, you can check Zora, the ledge, and the the Fairy Falls. So, and that looks like what Raikou is about to do here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The only thing this is going to do is it's kind of going to strand Catfish for him.
But yeah, that's why I was kind of suggesting using the Meridia portal, because with the flippers he can get to Pod, he can get to Pyramid. He could have rolled the Catfish and Zora check all together.
Yep. Yes.
I didn't even see what was on ledge. I think it was a heart piece.
It was a heart piece, yeah. So yeah, you're right. I think you know, with the Palace of Darkness, he could go into the Palace of Darkness. There could be a bow in there. The other thing with that is if there isn't a key right away for Palace of Darkness, it's immediately bow locked. He can. Raikou's familiar enough. I'm sure he can do the bottle trick. So like, I don't think that'll be a problem with him. But I don't think his bottle is filled with anything. He does have the mushroom. So I'm surprised he didn't stop by the witch's hut there.
Yeah, just did a little shoot right and then take off left. That's what I'd have done. You good call there. He doesn't have red canes. Wait, they do have red cane, don't they?
Yes, absolutely. They do have the cane of Samaria.
Okay.
Uh-oh. All right, nobody's only going to get the ice rod here, but that's okay. That's of these two items, that's the one you really need to pick up.
Yeah, he can live with falling down the right side. Falling down the left side would have been trapped.
Yeah, he does not want to get only the supers there. That'd mean another trip through. Alright, so there's a duck for Raikou. And at this point in time, I mean, if I'm Raikou, what's my play, right? It seems like I'm cleaning out Zelda here. But now once I'm done that, what is my play? What I need to start picking up crystals here. So where do I go first?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I would expect after he does this and checks the mushroom, he's gonna go give Desert a pull. Because this is why he didn't.
This is why he didn't do the mushroom earlier.
Yeah. So he could do the fake powder. Mm-hmm.
I do love this trick. Not rewarded for it, but I do love this trick.
Yeah, and Sandra's message, Raikou hasn't turned in that green pendant yet.
No, he hasn't. That is very true. He did get that on the Tower of Hera. That's something that Nobly has not done. It looks like he may be going to do that now.
But see, once all of that's done, let's say desert and all of the rest of that doesn't pan out.
Yeah.
Then you're faced with a choice. You do AGA.
Yep.
Or you do the Meridia portal. They both put you in the same position. Yeah, they both put you in the same position. You're in East Dark World.
Yep. I honestly think the Meridia portal is shorter, so I think I do that. Because you can go from Death Mountain to, which basically puts you in the business center, over to the Meridia pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's where I'm going anyway. Not to mention all the extra enemies you get with doing AGA, which are.
Yeah, exactly. There's no reason to do AGA.
Sandres, if he didn't have Speed Booster, I could see where it would be a wash. But that trip to the Meridia portal is like nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, they have. Well, I mean, even the ice clip to Botwoon isn't that bad. And the other thing here is, right, you think about it, is Raikou's already taken down both Botwoon and Dragon, so it's like just zipping through that area.
Yeah, he'd just be on cruise control.
Exactly. So here's that mushroom check there for Raikou. So I like this. And
and immediately wrecked.
Monies.
A little surprised he didn't fill up his magic first.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have picked up the money too, just because it gives you a little bit back on your investment at the widget shop. Maybe the difference between a potion or two later. I don't know that a runner of Raikou's caliber necessarily needs that, but you know, for me, I think about those kinds of things.
Okay, so now we're going to see the pendant tournament.
Yeah, this may also be an Eastern Palace play for Raikou as well. It'll give him the 3 items in Eastern Palace, which, you know, might be... Nope, just junk.
Excuse me, I'll be right back, sir.
Are you sure? Alright, so there's another bottle for Raikou. I think that puts him up to 3-ish now. Alright, so we'll see where he wants to go. Meanwhile, Nobly going to be finishing off Troll Dorm here. Using Hammer Strats. Not going to be a big deal here. Oh! Troll Dorm being trolly. Alright, Raikou gonna... Okay, Raikou is going to be making his way over here to the castle. So, Ancient and I were talking about this earlier, that Raikou didn't do the kind of the escape. And so it looks like Raikou's going to go ahead and do that. Now, there's not going to be much of anything in here, as we saw Nobly do this earlier. But, you know, this is kind of the information that Raikou needs to pick up. So, you know, the big thing is all the while here that Nobly still doesn't have that Moon Pearl. And he's not going to find it going and doing what he is doing. And it is and forever will be in the wreck ship at the E tank.
And while we're doing this, we're a little over. It's like an hour and a half in. We'd like to thank you for joining us here on SpeedGaming 3. SMZ3 linked to the past combo randomizer tournament. That was sort of redundant, wasn't it? I'm AG, and I'm a little confused because I'm old. I'm joined by Cerberoth, who's a much better commentator than I am. Sandres, our tracker, doing an awesome job. And thanks to all y'all for watching our racers. Give them a follow. Give the SpeedGaming staff a follow. And hope you're having a good time.
Yeah, so here's Nobly picking up that item in the basement of Hero, which we saw Raikou pick up earlier. There's that Cane of Burna for Raikou. He's going to be going back over to Dark Cross. I kind of like this. he's got this way, so he can actually mirror out if he wants to, as opposed to going all the way through. Yeah, nobly going to be disappointed by that quarter of a heart there. So the other thing here is, where else will nobly be going here? He still has a lot to check on Eastern Death Mountain here, but it's going to keep him away from that Moon Pearl that we know is in the wreck ship. But Raikou,
right.
Hmm?
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say this because I'm still kind of like, all right, I'm Raikou. I have all this cool stuff. My Dark World access is still pretty limited. I want to start closing out crystals because I'm an hour and a half in. I have zero crystals. I have 1 pendant. I have 3 bosses down in Super Metroid, but that's not my worry. My worry is I'm 0 crystals at an hour and a half in.
Yeah,
So-
you're right. And because I know that, and this is just a little bit of insight, because I know what Raikou's thoughts are on this match. What's worrying him right now is no gloves. Okay.
Yes.
He knows that nobly makes these odd routing choices. Okay. And he's worried that nobly has done that and has scored the glove on him in some place that he hasn't gone yet. That's the only thing Raikou's worried about. He may be feeling a little behind now. I don't know. Based on, what he saw, he has run the route pretty much according to the items that he found. He hasn't really made any mistakes. And he's good enough at routing to know that. He's probably, like you said, though, getting a little nervous now that we're an hour and a half in. He has 0 crystals and his Dark World is so limited. He is fearing some sort of cosmic brain play by nobly right now.
It's like Raikou is making that Aga play.
Yeah, I agree, Cutie. I would argue for the Meridia portal.
You and I were on that page a little bit ago when we were talking about this. The Meridia portal, I think, is definitely the way to go. It's going to get you the access to just about all the same stuff.
Well, you know what? The one thing it may be, though, is doing this gives Raikou a permanent portal to Dark World.
Yeah.
So let's say he finds hook shots or whatever. He has a way, as opposed to glove.
Yeah.
He has a way, no matter what happens, if he takes a death, whatever, to get into Dark World from Link's house without having to go all the way back through the portal. So that may be what his thinking is.
That's true. If he does need to save and quit or something like that, it will take him back to the light world, as opposed to if he opens up the Aga portal, it will take him to the pyramid.
Okay. And Snakey evidently. Yeah, what Snakey said. Sorry, I didn't read that until I got done running my mouth, Snakey.
Yeah, doing it multiple times is absolutely going to be longer than the Aga play. I don't think that was something that we were considering in what we were talking about earlier. So, because from my perspective, right, and this is kind of where I was coming from when I was saying do the Super Metroid Meridia portal, right? You're going to go to the Dark World, and you're going to find something. And that something is probably going to be the thing that you need to open up the Dark World portals, right? So that's if it doesn't, then yeah, you're when you end up getting multiple trips there that way, you're kind of screwed. But you've got Hammer, so you can get over to Thieves Town, you can get over to Skull Woods, you can finish that, you can do Eastern Palace, you can do Palace of Darkness, you can.
Wait, that's right. They have Hammer now.
Yeah. So they can go down through the bridge and go Hype Cave and all of that, right? They have the mirror.
Swamp.
Yeah, they have the mirror. If they pick up Hookshot, they can go into Swamp, right? There's lots of stuff that's theoretically open here in the Dark World, and that's kind of where I'm sitting there going well, you do the Meridia portal because it's faster, and then you just presume that the thing that you need, which is gloves, is going to be in the Dark World.
Nobody's doing a Houlihan here. I would call this a strong signal that he's about to make the Zora play.
Absolutely. He's not quite got the flippers yet. They are in the precious room. But we'll see what he wants to do with the money at least. Man, this is an insane amount of blue balls here for Raikou. Nobody's going back into Mini Moldorm.
I think Nobly has lost a little track of what he's done and what he hasn't.
Yeah.
Either that's just muscle memory. You know, he's on autopilot right now. Usually when you go that way, that's your stop. Oh, he was setting up a water wall from there? Okay.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. Because with the boots, you can kind of, yeah, you can, if you turn on your boots, and you, like, run out of the edge, and you kind of clip the door on the way out on the left-hand side. And you can do this from Ice Rod Cave, too. This is where I typically do it from, is from Ice Rod Cave. But if you clip the edge of the door on your way out, and then you go over to that kind of ladder or whatever it is there, you can just kind of hop off of it, and you get Water Walk. I don't know how it works or why. I just know that it works.
And Raikou, remembering that he has hammer.
Yeah, so this is
that hype cave.
Yeah, so this is going to give him the hype cave. Now you can't go into Dark Kakariko from the bottom here because he's going to need the Titan's mitts to do that. But you know, there's still a lot over here that's open. Catfish is here. There's the pyramid, which I believe is already checked, and then there's Dark Palace. Or Palace of Darkness.
Okay, Hype Cave really just giving Raikou red mail.
Yeah,
so,
not very exciting.
Not a lot of help there. I give it like a 0.3 out of 10.
Once he has blue mail, I think he's very much so like you. I've got blue mail. I'm kind of good. I don't really need red mail. Red mail's just it's like Golden Sword, right? For a lot of really good runners. You don't need Golden
tempered.
Sword.
I'm good.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you're good with Master Sword technically, but tempered, that's easy chair. You know.
Yeah,
you're not worried about the rest of it.
Exactly. You always want to see the tempered sword. When you have the Master Sword, you know you're good, but you always want to see that tempered sword. Just like it sets in the back of your mind. You're just like, yeah, I can do this. Because, I mean, frankly, he could do this with the green mail, right? But it's one of those things where wow.
And there it is. Raikou finding that glove, and see, that tells me he thinks he's behind.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's upset with that. He's going to go into Cave 45 here, which I like. But yeah, that's the kind of play that I was talking about, where you Meridia Portal it, and you just pray that that's where it is.
And there's his powder. And see, what I expect him to do now is check Digging Game, Mirror, and go right up into Kakariko and start clearing crystals. That's what I do. It's what I do.
I don't think you can go into Dark Kakariko without the Titan's mitts.
No, what I'm saying is check Digging Game, Mirror, go up.
Oh, I see.
Portal. Oh, he's gonna check Bomba.
Yes, I totally missed that. If you mirror back into the light world, then yes, you can.
Because you got 2 dungeons up there, I believe they're crystals.
Yes.
That you're fully equipped to full clear, and you got all the checks around them, including now his powder, which I think he fake powdered anyway. He also has desert now, so yeah, here we go.
What does the grapple beam buy him at this point in time? He's already taken down Dragon.
Him Shack Tool and X-Ray. And he didn't want to see that until he was in GT. I
don't want to see that either. I don't see that either. Shack Tool, I mean, technically we had already because we had Ice Beam. But that's not. I think that's hard logic only.
Cutie here demonstrating that there's plenty of ways to say "I told you so" without actually saying "I told you." Meanwhile, RaikouRider is getting the big key.
Oh man. Yeah, nobody's gonna get his big key here too. Interesting, both runners in the same dungeon.
All these different routes, and they're pretty much mirror.
Oh yeah. The big difference is that Raikou here can complete this now with those gloves.
And just a heart piece in the first chest. So what's this gonna be? An E-tank. So all right, desert not forthcoming with anything.
Yeah, those are the two items. That's all that's in here. So, short of that, you want to hit up Lamolus for that crystal. And Raikou, we're going to be seeing doing that. And Nobly needs to get into that dark world in order to do that. Needs to get into that dark world. Cannot do that yet.
Eastern play now, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting, because they always turning in that green pendant. And
yeah.
He's going to enjoy his big.
Yeah. He could also be doing the Eastern play as well, because he's already cleaned out Sahasrala's hut. So you might want to do this Eastern play and then go over and turn in the pendant. See at least 2 of the items in Eastern Palace. He's guaranteed 2 of the 3 items in here, without the bow.
Yeah, from Raiku's going to clear this from here. I expect him to flute to Kakariko and then start that series. Like I said, I think, I may be wrong, but I think that Raikou feels like he may be behind at this point. He's not, but finding that glove that late and just getting started on his crystals, he's probably worried. So you're going to see him go on a crystal tear right now.
Exactly, and that's kind of what I was trying to allude to a little bit earlier. Like, hey, I'm an hour and a half in, and I really can't get anywhere in the dark world. I have 0 crystals in this game. Sure, I got 3 bosses down in Super Metroid, but Super Metroid is not really produced that much. I must be missing something somewhere. Especially when you know your opponent is willing to do unconventional routes. So you're kind of just like, oh, holy crap! When did my opponent get here to get this? Like, did they? Because they've been able to aggon him for a while now, right? Did Nobly aggon him super early and get the gloves super early, right? Raikou's got to be thinking about that. Like,
Raikou is definitely going to assume that Nobly will find everything he finds. Mm-hmm. He has no way of knowing that Nobly does not have that moon pearl, and it is at a serious disadvantage right now. Yes. He has no way of knowing how that route. The way Raikou feels is all of this stuff that he found was just right there in the beginning, easy to find. He's going to assume Nobly has it. So he's feeling behind.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and to be fair, right, like where the moon pearl was, Nobly could have had it like 20 minutes or so before Raikou, right?
Yes.
And like, yeah, that would have been huge for Nobly.
Not to mention the boots were in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Raikou's thinking that Nobly could have had the speed advantage on him in movement in Zelda as well. So, he's probably a little worried.
To top it off, Nobly had the flute well before Raikou. So, that gives Nobly basically all the movement items in Zelda. So, and Raikou knows that Nobly is stronger in Zelda than he is in Super Metroid. So,
and I think we're about to see Nobly do the Aga play here.
Yeah, there's not going to be a Moon Pearl on the pyramid for him. So, like, this is just kind of... I mean, it's stuff that he maybe kind of needs to do, but, yeah, I don't know. It's putting him further away from this Moon Pearl.
The Moon Pearl is at Wreck Ship E-Tank, Tracy. And nobly CWJ'd over there, but failed the spring ball jump a couple of times at Sponge Bath and abandoned that. So that was the one item in Wreck Ship that he has no idea what it is. He went on the full complete Wreck Ship. Yeah, that's an ouch.
It is very much so an ouch. So I like this here. Raikou checking the thing the things up on the ledge. He's going to check King's Tomb in a little bit as well.
Need some
Nope.
Raikou? No.
Yeah, a couple of blueberries. I don't think he's hungry for those.
Yes, nobly CWJ. That kind of surprised me. And nothing against Nobly. I didn't know that was in his bag of tricks.
No, neither did I. Like I said, I wouldn't have put that in either of these runners' bag of tricks, frankly. So
yeah, Raikou feels about CWJ about like I feel about Ice Clip the Shack.
It's hard. It's really, really hard. And unless you are an any percent new route runner of Super Metroid, I'm not gonna put that in your repertoire, right? Like,
yeah, you're right. But Apathy makes point. Spring Ball, give me Spring Ball, whole different story.
Oh yeah.
But by that logic, give me Spring Ball, and I'm doing Sponge Bath.
Yeah,
because I think of the two, the Spring Ball Sponge Bath strat is way easier than the CWJ.
Way easier.
And it's easier than the Spring Ball Jump Over mode, actually. Neither one of those. The Jump Over mode with Spring Ball, and there's Hook Shot, which gives Raikou his favorite dungeon, Swamp Palace.
Swamp Palace.
You will see him go in there pretty soon.
Yeah. It is a pendant.
Oh, then you may not see him go in there.
At least according to our tracker, it is a pendant. So, I mean, there are 6 items in there. So if Raikou gets stuck in the Dark World, I can see him going in there. But right now, it's the Crystal Tear that you mentioned earlier. He wants crystals. And anything to get him more crystals. And I don't blame him for that, right? Like, his first one comes at like an hour and 40 something, and it's Desert Palace. So he's gonna be doing Thieves Town. He's gonna be doing Skullwoods. So that's gonna put him at 3 crystals, and then from there, what do you do? Do you do Ice Palace? Do you do you see about going through Super Metroid to get to Misery Mire? They have all the items, or Raikou has all the items for that. And then Turtle Rock is, of course, Turtle Rock.
It's just an eyeball Apathy. Usually, instead of like when you stand right against the door to do CWJ, I'm back a couple of steps. You want to do a normal jump. The main thing you want to make sure of is that you land in the middle of the podium or just to the left of it. That's all.
Got the spring ball across the moat. Alright. So that is an Aga down for Nobly. Looks like he's trying to go back to the light world here, because he does not have that Moon Pearl. He is not on the pyramid. So he is going to be fluting away. Then, meanwhile, RaikouRider just rushing through Thieves Town, cruising right along here. Alright. Nobly gonna go back into Super Metroid. Probably realizes he is missing an item somewhere in Super Metroid. Alright, pieces out of Super Metroid.
My guess is he's gonna go to Death Mountain and take that portal and start his Norfair stuff because he has his bear.
Bubble Mountain area is a very reasonable choice to check for the Moon Pearl. And he's got to be feeling desperate at this point in time. An hour and 50 and no Moon Pearl.
He did not have speed when he went. That's why he CWJ'd over the moat.
Yep. Yeah, originally he did not have the speed booster. He got that in Mission Impossible and Big Pink, which is somewhere that Nobly had kind of skipped for a good while. Alright, here's Raikou coming up on that blind fight. There's a bottle there for Nobly that he probably doesn't care to get. Meanwhile, one down for RaikouRider on blind. Alright, Nobly looks like he's going to go back and check Cathedral missiles. Not unreasonable. Moon Pearl could easily be there. I hate this room. I really, really hate this room. Dear Force really did me wrong with designing this room. And that is one blind down for RaikouRider. It's going to be a big heart here for Nobly. He's not going to want that. All right, Raikou into the Sea House, and it's
mitts. Oh my God!
This opens everything for Raikou, and he has to really be worried now, because if his opponent went into the Dark World and got into here earlier, right? Like, just everything is opened up for him now. He's got Hook Shot came out of here, and now the Titan's Mitts, right?
Yeah, and he's got a plethora of places to go.
Oh yeah,
he has access to basically everywhere.
Yes, the only thing that you'd be looking for, I think, is the letter D.
Yeah, he's in pretty much bow to go mode. He needs bombs or space jump or high jump boots to make lower Norfair a little more palatable. But he can do the spring ball jump in worst room in the game.
Yep. Yeah, I'm thinking straight for Zelda here, but yeah, that's a valid point here. What else would he need for a Super Metroid? Definitely he would need to actually go get the. He would need to go get the swordsmith first. Little brain fart there by Raikou, I think. Forgot to go pick up the swordsmith. But yeah, what would he need for Super Metroid? And I think those are valid. Charge Beam would be a real nicety. Otherwise, I think he still needs ammo. And then Space Jump or High Jump Boots, something like that, to do High Jump Boots to do a Lava Dive, Space Jump to do just the regular space jump through.
Well, I mean, he can do the gravity jump at lava.
Oh yeah, that's
the main
fair.
thing is that worst room in the game, and that spring ball jump is not bad at all.
It's another one without high jump, so I don't know. I'm not a fan of those spring ball jumps, as I mentioned earlier, without high jump. And high jump is what you really need to get through those situations, so it's a catch-22 for me. Alright, there's an ice beam for Nobly. Meanwhile, we're seeing Raikou go get that purple chest. Interesting that he doesn't just immediately light world it and then flute over. he's actually just walking.
Yeah, because he's already checked,
Sorry, checked Hype Cave.
and he's already checked Bomo's tablet. So,
Yep.
yeah, because
So he's checked Hype Cave, he's checked Cave 45, he's checked Old Stumpy. Like basically everything along the way he's kind of already checked there. So, my jump boots. Look at that. There's a beaut. Alright, nobly gonna be going down here picking up this gravity suit. Definitely wants that. Super Metroid kind of first seed. It seems like the game very much so wanted you to basically complete Super Metroid and then go and do Zelda.
but we are literally at a bow for go now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Look at that shovel, man. Don't you just love seeing that out? Going,
No.
I might be something, I might not.
Yeah.
Turtle Rock is a crystal, right?
It is a crystal.
Expect to see Raikou clear it right now.
Yeah, with all three medallions, it's very. I mean, it's open. He can get in here. He has everything to complete it: hook shot, fire rod, Cane of Samaria, hammer.
Oh, nobly just missing that speed booster jump
Yeah,
to the
I
grapple
know.
item, but he does have his gravity suit.
Yeah, I know hookshot isn't exactly required for the Turtle Rock, but it is one of those niceties that opens up a lot of nice, faster strats.
You know, Snakey, I actually would like to see that. I would love to see that big brain play from Nobly. Raikou getting the early big key would be great if he already had bow.
It would be real nice. Something else he can check here is Mimic Cave. You can check that. Ooh, just missed on that. I always hate it when you pause like half a second too late and you miss. Leave here. Has the real item that he came for down here, which is that gravity suit.
And I think this is another sign that Raikou actually feels like he's behind. If he thought he was ahead, my guess is he would want to route Turtle Rock in.
I agree. Turtle Rock. No, nobody likes going into Turtle Rock. It's long. It's arduous. And I think it's one of those things where if I can go mode this thing, I want to do it. And it's right next to Ganon's Tower. So ideally, you go mode this thing, and you go right into Ganon's Tower, and you're done.
Yeah, if he doesn't find Bo here,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of expect to see him go ahead and check Spike Cave and get that, cross that off the list while he's up here.
Yes.
I know he's going to do, I don't believe he did Hookshot Cave and all that before he went in here. I had a little phone call, sorry about that. But he'll do all of that. I expect to see him do Hookshot, Spike Cave. And then maybe the Mire play.
Sword from Raikou, real nice. Meanwhile, nobly getting caught a little bit there by the speed booster and not having high jump boots. when you only have a speed booster and you don't have high jump boots, your jump is actually a little bit lower. So, yeah.
If you press run first.
Yes.
If you don't press run, your jump height remains the same.
Yeah, nobly was moving around, so that's. But you're right. That is important to point out.
And also, yeah, right. So thanks, Lava Chest. Raikou did get that tempered, as you mentioned, Cerberus, and that is a whole passel of worry off his mind. He won't have to invest the time in a Master Sword Ganon. Even with silvers, that's a little time consuming.
We all practice silverless green Master Sword Ganon, right? Like, because that's.
I did. I learned it. I finally bit the bullet and learned it, and then I was mad at myself for not learning it sooner because it's way stupider easy than I thought it was.
Well, it's your worst case scenario, and if you in something like this, you need to practice your worst case scenarios, right? Because then anything else just becomes, oh, all right, I can do my worst case scenario. This other thing that I have, oh, I got blue mail now. All right, no, easy. Now I take half the damage, right? I got red mail. Okay, I take half the damage. All right, well, I got tempered sword. Whatever. This makes this trivial, you know. So. You know, and I think that's just something that, as runners, like we all kind of do, and we all do in our own way. So.
Now, nobly heading over to Bubble Mountain area. I don't believe there was anything of consequence over here, was there?
Yeah, there was something important at Wave Beam, I believe, but I don't. I think that was
or Speed Booster. One of the. You're right.
I think that was it. Just trying to remember.
Silver's away. Okay, thanks, Andre.
Yeah, Silver's a wave. Yeah, there you go. And charge beam there for Raikou. So that really sets his mind at ease, because now he doesn't really need the ammo for Super Metroid. He's kind of good in both games now.
Bow to go.
Yeah. Yeah, because like you said, he can gravity jump over to the lower Norfair elevator, presuming that that's even what he wants to do, because he can access that through Misery Mire, which he can get to from Zelda.
He'll have to, but at this rate, what he'll have to do is fight GT and get the speed booster up, because he doesn't have bombs and he doesn't have space jump. He'll probably check GT anyway. I mean, I know there's a setup you can do for a jump, but I don't think you can do it from the door without having screw attack, because if you don't have screw attack, you have to bomb those blocks out of your way first.
Well, so AG, you're actually forgetting about your most favoriteest technique, that spring ball jump. He can do that and not fight GT.
Yeah, but you have a point there. I guess the reason why I discount it is, for some reason, and maybe this is a personal thing, I have a lot harder time with the spring ball jump out of there than I do worst room in the game. Maybe because when I was practicing, I was doing it without high jump boots. That probably makes a huge difference. But without high jump boots, it's difficult.
Absolutely. I mean, they're both equally difficult. Like I think the setups, like while the tiles are different, I think the pixels are actually pretty much exactly the same. If that made any sense at all.
Yes.
The graphics are different, but the tile setup and the distance and everything between the two jumps is exactly the same. So If you can do the one, you can absolutely do the other. But they're both pains in the butt, 100%, and would not want to do them. But the other thing is Raikou actually has the high jump boots, so that makes it less of. I think all of that makes it less difficult. So
Yeah,
there's
he's
so
pretty
many.
much golden, and he probably will go through Meyer because is Meyer a crystal?
Meyer is a crystal, so he will need to do
he's
Meyer.
gonna go through that.
Yeah, and there's so many items still left to check in Zelda here that like he could find that space jump. Does he go get the shovel right now? There's a big
Yes.
question. Yeah, you
Yes.
do. You absolutely go get it, right? You can't take the chance that that's your bow. You know, because if that is your bow and you leave that on the table, you know, what are you doing, right? You end up kind of here like in the spot that Nobly's in. That moon pearl is in the wreck ship, and you are gonna have to go back there to get it. Double chambers not being Nobly's friend.
All right, Raikou doing what I thought. He's going to come over here and check Spike Cave. Then I expect him to check the shovel, and then I expect him to go to Meyer area.
Yeah, Meyer area is going to produce the Meyer chests. He can check out Checkerboard Cave if he wants to afterwards. And, you know, then there's 2 items in Meyer itself. And he has everything that he needs to complete Meyer. So, I think, what are we talking about, like 5 items at least right over there? So, yeah.
And snagging that half magic out of Spike Cave, really nice little boost right there for Meyer.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing is a chat pointing out that Misery Mire is one of the 2 red pendants. So it's a 5/6 crystal. Not pendant. It's a 5/6 crystal. So that is something. If Raikou has the other one, which I don't remember what it is.
Thieves Town, he does have it.
Yeah, it would open up the double-chested fairy at the pyramid. So that is something else that it kind of entices Raikou to come over here to this Misery Mire area.
And Screw Attack, he
Yes.
loves seeing that before Lower Norfair.
Yeah, beautiful luxury item for Super Metroid. Interesting, nobly going back into this room. I don't think he really needs to come back in here.
I'm thinking he's thinking a Lower Norfair dive.
Lower Norfair dive, sure. My only problem with this is he doesn't have high jump boots, so that gravity jump for that would be pretty difficult. It's doable, but
it's honestly not that hard.
No, I mean it is not that hard. It's doable, but I don't know. CWJ's in Nobly's bag of tricks, so I'm at this point in time, I don't think I'm putting anything past him. Honestly, if I were in Nobly's shoes, though, I would be thinking Meridia over Lower Norfair.
Oh, he hasn't done Meridia yet. Okay, yeah.
He hasn't, and he just picked up the gravity suit, so
he's thinking Meridia. I just don't understand why he went the way he did. That's all.
Yeah, that's kind of that was where I was like, all right, you know, he has speed booster, so you know, he goes through Frog Speedway.
Maybe he forgot for a second he had speed booster and just turned around and go Frog Speedway. That would have made.
Yep. And I think that's the most likely scenario, is he forgot.
Now, if I'm Raikou, if Bo's not in here, I check Fat Fairy before I go to Lower. And there's go at 2:13:12. RaikouRider is in go.
That's not even worth postulating anymore.
If it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
All right, nobly getting enough speed here. Oh no. Nobly did not get the Shine Spark. That's alright. Main Street Missiles is not anything Nobly actually cares about. He does some missiles. Nobly does not care about that. There's a big heart there. Crab Supers. Nobly probably does not care about that either. You know, at this point in time, it's a big key for RaikouRider and Go Mode. So this is really kind of nice for him because he does have Ice Palace remaining, and I know how most runners like the Go Mode Ice Palace. So he's gonna enjoy Go Mode and Ice Palace. Oh no, he missed the. Yeah, you're gonna have to open up that way. I always hate that. That's the worst. Alright, so here is a Mama Turtle check for Nobly. We know that this is just a bunch of junk. But Nobly hasn't been up here, so he's gonna have to check these things. Alright, so there's some more supers. 50 supers there for Nobly. And
Raikou just wanting to see that big key.
and
it playing hide and seek with him really well.
it is. It's 50 rupees. Is what he got instead. Yeah, I always like to check this chest before I go all the way over there on that other side. I don't know if that's right or wrong, really. If the big key is there, obviously it's faster, but like the big key is so often not there. So I don't know. I feel like it's a toss up. Yeah, there's the big key. Only one spot left for it to have been.
Nobly also choosing to use a gravity jump here.
Yeah. Might not be comfortable with the speed Shine Spark method. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Next thing we know is Nobly's gonna be Shine Sparking straight through Dragon. Like a pro.
Yeah, he does have an eclectic skill set in Super Metroid.
I mean, yeah, I'm not. Like, he CWJ'd earlier, so like I said, I'm not.
That's what I
putting
mean.
anything
Eclectic.
against it.
You think you know what he does and doesn't know, and then he's surprised.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well. Yeah, I'm absolutely. Alright, here's up to the watering hole in Meridia Beach for Nobly. Nothing too exciting up here, if I remember from
Isn't there a glove up here somewhere?
No, there is not a glove up here. The gloves are at Old Stumpy and Sea House.
Sea House, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, both of them right there. That's man.
Yeah. They are very much so in the dark world. So you know.
Yeah, the Plando tournament, I saw a Plando seed where somebody put both gloves in the left side of swamp.
Ugh.
Evil, just evilness.
Both gloves at the left side of swamp.
Left side of Pendant Swamp.
Well, you know. Some people just don't know how to be nice.
And Raikou, of course, going straight into Super Metroid.
Yeah. Here's the lower North fair play. I don't blame him on this. Yeah, nope. That's a nope tank for Raikou. He does have the charge beam, so he can have Golden Chorizo here hide in the corner, and he should be able to, if he gets him to jump back here. Okay, now he
Gonna
can just
take
kind
a
of sit.
little while with this beam combo, but
Yeah, it's 20 shots or something like that, as opposed to the 8 double shots with the plasma beam. If he sits down, it's a little bit easier. You can get double shots on him, and then you're also guaranteed that he'll never hit you.
all right. Well, nobly picking up Bombos, which is the last of his medallion. And no, you don't get the double shots without plasma.
Plasma pierces, and the spacer does not. What am I thinking? Alright, nobody gonna go check the first sand pit.
Nobly seeing that mushroom and not happy.
And
He's gonna be even more unhappy if he turns it in.
Yeah, would you be happy seeing that? Yeah, I don't know that I'd be happy seeing that either. Alright, so
And-
Raikou not really even bothering to check the items at Golden Chorizo. There isn't anything he needs at this point in time. He just needs to beat Ridley and beat the game. Yes.
Now, I don't expect to see him go ahead and finish Super Metroid. I would think that he would go ahead and go through Link to the Past so that maybe he could get a couple of comfort items for Turian. Plasma would be, he knows he's not going to get Wave because that's on Pet. He knows he won't be getting that. Plasma would be nice. Space Jump would be nice.
Check Pet? Nobly did, but did he?
They both did.
Okay.
Raikou stood there for a minute looking at the clue. I think it took him a second to figure it out.
Okay. I know it took me a minute to figure it out.
But, you know, Raikou's got 55 supers and how many missiles?
110.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. It actually is just a tad faster to do Super Metroid first, so you don't have to deal with all of Escape out of Super Metroid.
Yeah,
Trigonometry gun.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew that was a Super Metroid item when I saw it, and it just like it took me a while. It took me until you said it to figure out what the heck it was. I'm like, what Super Metroid item could that possibly be? It can't be a Zelda thing.
Yeah, in the race right before this between Iris Azodius and the Sabin in the Stalfos room, first that 4 chest room on the left, it had GT Big Key, Plasma, and Ice Beam.
Well then, always nice to get those items.
Raikou making short work of the Ninja Pirates. He's got plenty of ammo and a ton of energy. He should have no problem with this Ridley fight, I would think.
He's got 40 supers here and is that 8 energy tanks? This is shouldn't be a problem.
And 72 missiles, which is the equivalent of 12 supers.
12 supers, yeah.
Oh, well, only 6 supers equivalent for Ridley, because actual supers do double damage for
yeah.
Ridley.
So 60 missiles is 10. So 66 is 11.
And 72 is 12.
Yeah, that's you were right on.
I'm math good.
Better
English isn't all that great.
You were mathing better than me. All right, there's that shield for Nobly. Oh, he looks
Shout
like
out
he's
to
gonna go
Wesker.
back and looks like he's gonna go back and pick it up, or not. Oh, maybe he was trying to get a Shine Spark again.
Yeah, I think so.
You can actually do that from the edge of the last pit there. You have just enough space to kind of one tap and get into the.
Wesker's still here too.
Oh yeah, Wesker's been hanging out with us all.
Yeah, I hadn't seen him for a while though. I was like, I wonder if he's.
Right.
So Raikou taking down the fourth and final boss. Well,
yep, fourth and final boss of Super Metroid. Mother Brain's not really a boss. Kind of a thing that you have to go and do. By the time you get to Mother Brain, your loadout is ridiculous. So, you know, you're gonna.
Nobly elected to save first. Not a bad choice.
Yeah, not a bad choice. There's so many things that can go wrong with Dragon.
Oh, and Raikou. No,
he's doing this on purpose.
He's going back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he wants to go back this way. It's very likely he's going to go back to the Misery Mire area in Zelda. So I actually like that. I like that's what he wants to do. Because I think that is kind of the best place for him to go back into Zelda.
Yep, just better get that GGG within 8 supers or it's problematic.
Well, he doesn't have the space jump. So what he can do here is he can go up to all right, I was gonna say he could go up the elevator and save, and that will give him opportunity to kind of reset and get this basically infinite times. But it doesn't look like he's doing that.
I did not mean to commentator curse you, Raikou.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what you did.
Now he's gonna go up there and leave that way.
Yeah, so there's no place to refill on your supers down here, so that's what he's gonna have to do. Sadly, what he can do at this is he can go back to Business Center, and get back to Zelda that way. It's gonna be a little bit of a longer trip, but yeah, it'll put him on the mountain. He's going to flute away from wherever he comes into Zelda anyway, so it almost doesn't matter. The one thing with going back to the Business Center is it already puts him in the Light World, which is where he needs to be to go to Ice Palace, which is probably his next stop. Because what I would do from here, right, having Palace of Darkness, Eastern Palace, and Ice Palace remaining, is I would go and I would go mode Ice Palace, and then I would go over to Palace and Pod and Eastern Palace and finish those.
Absolutely, and Raikou making that reverse lava dive look easy. Nobly, meanwhile, is taking on Dragon.
Yeah, that reverse lava dive is a lot less trickier than people think it might be. Especially when you have the suits. Basically, you just have to not get hit by the Namahe flames. And it's pretty easy when you have the gravity suit, because your movement's normal.
And Nobly taking down Dragon. That has 3 of his Super Metroid bosses out of the way, and just as you predicted, Raikou is fluting away. Probably to Ice Palace to go mode it, yes.
Yep.
And then do the Pod Eastern combo, and then wrap things up.
Yeah, I like this. And then I mean we're gonna see him do Palace of Darkness first, and then he's gonna mirror into Eastern Palace, and then from there he's gonna go up to Ganon's Tower. I think you're right. I think we're gonna be seeing Raikou finish Zelda before. Did you say he was gonna finish Zelda before Super Metroid?
Yes.
Or am I? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna be seeing here. Which I think that was your call. So yeah, it's like,
Now,
it's
Nobly, meanwhile, has got to know that he's missed something, because at this point he still does not have Moon Pearl.
Yeah, 229, no Moon Pearl. He's basically feeling like this race is doomed. He can't gravity jump, get out of here. That jump he's trying to do is not possible. It's if he's all the way on the far side, he can gravity jump. It's real easy to gravity jump from the far side. Ooh. Raikou not quite getting the bomb with where he wanted it to be. Yeah, there you go. Nobly is up and out, no problem.
So if you're Nobly, what do you do now?
I mean, you're running thin, so you have to revisit things. I think he's the only other thing he can do is, and it's not really in logic, is lower Norfair. But that's out of logic, and it's going to take him further away from where he really needs to be. He needs to take a hard look, and see, okay, what do I have? What is in logic, and what is going to lead me back to this Moon Pearl that I missed like an hour ago? Because he has to know that he missed it like an hour ago. So that's going to take him either back to Zelda, or it's going to take him to the wreck ship. If he can even remember that he still has to go and look in the wreck ship. He left that wreck ship E-tank. So
Yeah,
what would be really nice is that play that you were talking about earlier, in using the Forgotten Highway.
Honestly, though, from what I've seen, he's more likely to do the lower Norfair.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I saw him save here, which means I'm guessing he's going to try either a shack tool, a plasma check's not going to do him a whole bunch of good here.
Just plasma check is not in logic because he doesn't have anything to kill the plasma pirates. So plasma check would be a soft lock. So if the Moon Pearl is in there, it would do him no good whatsoever.
Now the only thing that could help him if his plasma is in there.
Yes.
Vanilla plasma, because we know he won't find screw attack there. He can technically get out with speed booster, but killing that first space pirate with the shine spark is
it's really
annoying.
Well, because it's in your way. It's in your way to getting the shine spark. You have to know to be able to shoot through it, and even then, it's timing on all that, right? Because it's a stutter tap to get that, or it's a 2-tap, 3-tap to get that shine spark down there.
It's a 3-tap.
It's a 3-tap.
You can do it without a stutter.
Yeah, I was supposed to say you can do. You don't need the stutter, but yeah, it's still. I mean, still 3-tap down there, and that's I know again. CWJ is in Nobly's book here, so I'm not going to put it past him. But yeah, it's definitely tricky.
Raikou, meanwhile, has dispatched Cold Stare and is headed to do his Pod Eastern combo.
Yep. Here's Nobly going for that mushroom. So, and this has got to be the thing where Nobly's thinking, like, is it at mushroom? Yeah, right? So this is the kind of stuff that will lead him back to Zelda, as opposed to that one location in the wreck ship that he really needs to go.
Oh, and spring ball not quite enough to get you. No, that power bomb's not gonna help you. You're gonna have to wall jump to get this.
Wall jump. Without the high jump boost, you do have to wall jump here. I don't think if he even did the spring ball jump from the spring, because you can just by holding jump, you can spring ball jump up and over, and you'll immediately get off those blocks, those crumble blocks in that one frame that you have. Yeah, I don't think without high jump here. Yeah, okay, all right, that was
got
good.
it. Nice shot.
Yeah, he did a nice morph ball jump there. That gave him a little bit extra height that he needed. So,
yeah, one thing, if you press down while you jump up with morph ball, you will get your maximum height.
Yeah, you get
as
that
long
down
as
back.
you continue to hold jump.
Hmm.
As long as you continue to hold jump, you will get your max height by pressing down while you're jumping up with more. Which is an odd thing, but you know, Super Metroid.
Yeah, I agree. That's weird.
Raikou just wanting to see a big key.
Yeah, that's
here.
what he wants. The rest of this is just you know, toying with him. So if I'm Raikou right now, I'm 230. I'm 2 dungeons away from being done with all 7 crystals in Zelda. I'm all the bosses down in Super Metroid. How am I feeling now?
I'm feeling pretty good now.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, you never know.
Oh yeah.
I don't expect him to slow down or ease off any, or do any unnecessary checks whatsoever.
Yeah, no, I agree. Cause you know that glove placement was so late. And you know Nobly's routing is definitely known to be unorthodox. So Raikou's got to be keeping that in the back of his mind. So I agree. You don't take your foot off the pedal until you're done. You know, here's Nobly back into Zelda like we were kind of thinking. And you know, magic bat now. This is not in logic because he doesn't have powder. But still something that he picked up the mushroom. You know, all right, I can go check this now.
No, I definitely do this. That was, if I'm Nobly, I would for sure do this. But
oh yeah.
It's just not gonna pan out for him. We also know that the mushroom is not gonna pan out for him. And then what he does from there.
Yeah. I don't know, because I think even in Zelda he's got to be running thin on spots to check. So yeah, I'm just not really sure what is going to take him back to where he really needs to go, and that is the wrecked ship. Oh, this might be it. This might be Nobly going back to the wrecked ship. Oh boy. If you're Nobly and you find this moon pearl in the wreck ship, what do you do?
Forfeit. That's me. Because you know me. I'm not saying Nobly should forfeit. Y'all don't take that the wrong way. That's a comment on me. You know me, sir. It's 2:37 in, and I realize I missed Moon Pearl after all this time. I just probably go ahead and forfeit because I know that I've lost. Period. There's no.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to know that it's 2:30 or 2:40, and he does not have the Moon Pearl, and that has to be weighing on him for sure.
Now, what does Nobly do when he finds it? He goes straight back into Zelda and starts trying to play catch up because that's what you do.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess if that's. Oof. Nobly going for another CWJ there. It's gonna have to gravity jump here.
And
Real
Raikou
nice for
finding
Raikou.
that big key first chest. Yeah, he's going straight to the back.
Yeah, he doesn't care about anything else. Nice. Avoiding the big old circle. Doesn't have to do any of that nonsense. Alright, here it is for Nobly. Ooh, excuse me.
Yeah, he's about to get some bad news here.
Yes.
Although he
Terrible.
will be gratified to finally find it, I'm sure. And you know, it would upset me. I'm sure it's going to upset him that he made the correct play. You know, when he made this play at the time, if he had made it over here, it definitely could have made a huge difference in which way this was going. Because he could have then done the Aga play. He'd have had the Dark World access. He had the hammer. He would have gotten the gloves and everything. And he could have kind of taken off from there and been doing Zelda stuff while Raikou was still in Super Metroid. And there you go. Yep, nobly seeing. And yeah, he is not happy. And I don't blame you, buddy. I feel really bad for you because I thought that was a great play you made.
It was a great play, and it just turned out the one item that he left stranded was the one item that he needed, and it taking him basically another hour plus to come and get it.
I feel sort of a kindred spirit with him because apparently we have the same luck.
Yeah. Oh, this is me when I play these for sure. There was a seed about a week ago that I played. 3 hours in, I still didn't have the morph ball.
Good evening. Yes, there will be more matches today. Right below the video that you're watching is a graphic that says SpeedGaming schedule. Check that out.
Yeah, I happen to have.
Now, RaikouRider is now heading to Ganon's Tower. There are 22 chests, number 1 to 22. Please put your guesses in. Sandres has taken mine with 17, so I'm going to go with 13.
If folks are looking for additional Super Metroid Zelda crossover 1v1 randomizer action, we do have a couple more matches today at 5:10 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to have In the Name of DT versus Obscure Lifeform on SpeedGaming 5 with some spectacular commentary of Alucard 2004 and Wild Anaconda 69.
Team Wildcard?
Oh
commentary?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's right. A Team Wildcard commentary. That's why I bring them up, because they are awesome. It's 6:10. I don't see a channel for them, but we're gonna have a real cutie versus Cantaloupe Me. At 7:10, we're gonna have Maniacal versus Lack Attack.
That's gonna be a good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, there's basically a match every hour up until 9 o'clock tonight. At 8:10, we're gonna have Whirly versus Zen Trigger, and at 9:10, we're gonna have Stump versus Alradris. I'm sure I killed that, and I apologize. These are all Eastern Daylight Time. So 5:10, 6:10, 7:10, 8:10, and 9:10 p.m. We'll have some awesome matches for you. Be sure to check out the schedule, which is posted in the chat somewhere. I believe you've been scheduled.
Chest 1 is a heart piece. Chest 2 is a small key.
There you go. There's our schedule, and you can check out all the upcoming streams and matches on SpeedGaming. So Yeah, here's Nobly going to be coming into that glove, and we're going to see what happens here.
Rage.
Oh, yeah, it
Rage.
might be the anger. At 243, you're finding your first glove. You're up against a runner of Raikou's caliber, and you're just like, oh, what is going on? What have I done? What have I gotten myself into?
Chest 4 is no good. Chest 5 is super. 6 is a small key. 7
20
just
rupees.
a big 20.
So, what, in your opinion, when you do GT, do you more often go left or right when doing the crossover randomizer?
Wesker has talked me into doing Dark Magician strats, which thus far have produced squad. However, I kind of like the Dark Magician strat.
I think I still go left from my days in the regular Zelda randomizer. It's like much like Raikou's doing here. All right, here is a. Yep, nothing in the digging game there for Nobly. Another big 20 for Raikou. So what's that? Chest 10. Randomizer room coming up here. We're gonna have another 4 chests in there. We'll bring Raikou up to 14. Alright, E-Tank 11. Map 12. Blueberries. And 300. Rupee. For RaikouRider. Alright, so it's gonna be going over to Bob.
That was up to number 13, I think.
Was it 13? Okay. I wasn't sure. You were counting, so I was trying to remember where you counted to.
Well, he did the 2 in Hope Room, and then the Torque, and then the 4, and then the 1.
All right.
2, 3, 7, 8, and then the 1 at the Fire Snakes, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, this is number 14, Bob's chest. And it's a small.
Yeah. RaikouRider defeating the Ice Armos Knights, no problems. Nobly coming in over here. Gonna be checking the what's this? The Bombos tablet.
15, 16, and 17. No good. Sorry.
Yeah. Nope. You're good.
And we're going right side.
Yep. So there you go. Your strats would have paid off this time around.
No, Raikou. No,
Yes.
go for the meme, dude.
He's skipping. He's skipping that. He's like, forget that number. I am not waiting in the tile room. No way.
Yeah, well, it might wind up waiting there anyway.
Absolutely. He might end up waiting there anyway, and that'd be the truth of it if that happens.
Nobly,
So,
it looks like it's heading into swamp.
Yeah. That is not going to pay off for him.
Well, right now he's hoping that.
Yep.
Okay, and there.
Yeah, and Raikou does have the
2 keys he needs, which is really nice. So he's not even going to have to get the key off of the mini Armos. Mini Helmosaur that's up the top.
Chest 20 is the winner, and who guessed 20? That would be nobody.
I don't know. Somebody's trying to sneak in and guess at 20 after it's already been pulled.
No, that's our tracker telling us it was chest 20.
Oh! Oh man, I'm not paying attention.
Sneaky tracker.
You know. Oh man. See, that's why they don't bring me in here to count or anything like that. Oh man. All right, there's the first key there from Nobly. This is yeah, it's another one of those unorthodox plays. That
Now I see the logic in this. He knows he's behind.
yeah,
But
he
now
needs
he's hoping for a miracle strike in a pendant dungeon.
That's exactly it was exactly where I was going with that. He needs this to pay off, and he needs this to pay off in some big way, and we know that it's not going to. So yeah, this is great logically for Nobly, but he's gonna be. The reality is that he's just so far behind.
Wow, sorry. Pardon me for just a minute, Cerberoth. I'll be right.
Oh, sure, no problem. All right, Raikou coming over here to land Molus 2. Let's see how bad this decides to troll him. He's got silver arrows here, so he's not going to do fire route strats. His magic is a little bit low there, so I don't blame him on that. Nobly getting ready for this hammer dash there. All right, so he did not flood the key, which is always good. Hate flooding the key. So it looks like he may be checking the left-hand side of Swamp House first here. You know, this is it's fine, right? He's missing so much stuff. This is kind of play that Nobly would need to bring him back into the game. All right. I'd like to hit that switch from the other side, but that's interesting. That this mini Stalfos just gets in my way, I feel. Alright. Yeah, so if you're gonna go and check everything here in Swamp House, this is definitely the way to do it. Go and check left side first. And then you don't have to worry about it. So, what are the things that would be in here that Nobly would be really wanting? Mitts, hook shot, bow. There's all kinds of
a
stuff.
laundry list of stuff he doesn't have right now.
Yeah. So, we know from watching Raikou where all that's going to be, and, Nobly's definitely far away from it.
Yeah, the only things that we don't know about is like plasma, space jump, the gold sword. That's about.
Yeah, exactly. The other thing that with this play is that if there's an item on Argus, Nobly cannot get it because he does not have the hook shot.
Yeah, and that's it for him. He's got to bail out now.
Yeah. So he can't go to the back. So.
Raikou doing the agonometry.
Yep. Always a pain in the butt.
But Raikou dispatched him without much trouble. Now, Nobly is going into pod.
Yeah,
bow. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, he doesn't have a bow. I'm actually against this play.
Now he should be going where he knows he can clear things at this.
Exactly. If I'm Nobly, I want to go to Thieves Town and I want to go to Skull Woods and I want to go there. And we know those are the plays that he needs to make because that's where the stuff is that he needs. Thank you, Ganon, for that wonderful tidbit of knowledge that I did not need about hum whistling. Oh, Ganon, always with great little. But yeah, Nobly needs to go to that Dark Kakariko area.
And Raikou breaking out the cane strats. Gonna make sure he goes right into the next phase.
Yeah, It might as well. Right, he's got half magic, so he can take advantage of that. I think he still has a blue potion or two as well, as a safety. So plus he has lamp, so he can go ahead and torch glitch. And so yeah, there's this is set up for Raikou. He's very much so in a comfort zone. Alright, there is Ganon down for RaikouRider. Meanwhile, Nobly trying to get this Mimic through the wall. Looks like he's got him. Oh, not quite. Lost him a little bit there. Yeah, it looks like he's in the right spot. Oh, this is definitely a difficult trick. Alright, Nobly. Okay, gonna use the bottle glitch. There you go. All right. Oh, yep. And he got it. The door opened. Yeah. So, and he also taught me why I've been screwing that trick up recently. So thank you for that, Nobly. All right, Raikou back into Super Metroid here, and going to be going over to Torian. Nothing really left here for him. He has a full loadout, full missiles, full supers. Did get Charge Beam, although he has a Charge Wave or Charge Ice Phaser. So no Plasma Beam. So it's going to take quite a number of shots on Mother Brain. I think it's 68, something like that.
Oh, with all the supers he's got, he can cut that way down.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, it's 60 super shots on Mother Brain 2, but he has 65. But he's gonna need 7 for Mother Brain 1. But he could, with the number of regular missiles he could preserve all of his supers and just use those all on Mother Brain 1 and use the supers for Mother Brain 2.
He doesn't have Wave, Tracy. It's Charge Phaser Ice, which is even more shots, I think.
Oh, there you go. Tracy's got me right. It's 87, or no,
it's 60 with Charge Wave Phaser Ice.
Yes. Yeah. Tracy knows. She's way better at this than I am. So believe whatever she says. I know it's.
Oh,
I know
180. It's 100.
100.
100 shots with charge. Thanks, Ashley. And SpeedGaming raiding in with a party 81. Welcome in, everybody.
Yeah. If it's over 100, then you want to use ammo anyway. So yep.
If it's over 100,
yeah, you absolutely want to use ammo.
If it's over 30 or 40, I want to use ammo.
I mean, it just goes to show that you and I have, slightly different tolerances for things.
Raikou having a little trouble with that baby skip. Baby skip kind of hard without wave anyway to clear that seaweed out of the way.
All right. Yeah, Yeah, that beta skip's really hard with that wave. You're right on the mark there, because you can't get that coral. I don't know what that stuff is supposed to be. Out of the way.
I call it seaweed. I don't know what else
Seaweed.
it is.
All right. Seaweed, coral. Yeah. Sure. Can't get it out of the way. Spongy stuff.
Ice plasma, no, isn't as bad. You're right, but without wave, it's just.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking about. As ice charge of ice plasma is 70-ish or something like that. I don't know.
And Raikou not fooling with a Zeb skip either. He's just gonna missile his way on through.
So,
he can taste the end.
Yeah, my only concern with this is his ammo.
Nah, he's fine.
Is he? I don't remember how many straight up missiles it takes to kill Mother Brain 1.
He's got. Oh no, he's good.
It's 15 and 7, so it can't be that many.
It's 36, I think.
36.
Go ahead, Tracy. Yeah, 36.
Yeah, 36. There you go. He has plenty. All right, so he has plenty.
I mean,
And
he can miss a few supers too, and he's still got missiles to back it up.
Yeah, because it's 44 to get through those Zeptites. So. Yeah.
Now, 45 super shots will get you
catch up.
Mm-hmm. And then it's 15 more.
Yeah. The one thing I really like about this is the DPS is so fast with this. You can do this and get exactly one catch-up beam. Oh, he got 2. All right, he does want to take a little bit of damage. And he's not trying
stand-up glitch, which I understand he doesn't have.
Yeah.
Although I'll tell you what, he has charged. Honk is one that said he does. If he has charge beam, he's doing stand-up no matter what. Any shots he puts in Mother Brain, he feels like saves him time.
Yeah, that's I kind of agree with Punk there. If I have charge, I'm almost automatically gonna do stand up whenever I have greater than 70 tanks. It just is one of those things where it's you're gonna save yourself a little bit of time. And if you're familiar and comfortable with it enough, then it's not that big a deal. There was a hook shop for Nobly. I went down to check out the brewery. Nothing spectacular down there, but here's what Nobly really needs. There's that mitts. So yeah, Nobly just got to be feeling the despair here. To come into this dark Kakariko and find the hook shot, the mitts, the other glove on old Stumpy, and just like now, he's got to know 3 hours in, Zelda's way open, and his opponent is got to be near done.
And the baby is down. And now we're, I believe, 30 hyper beam shots away from Raikou checking out.
This one I know is 36. And it's 40 fully ice wave plasma charge shots. And to make a 0 with the hyper beam. But yeah, yeah, it's basically nothing. Raikou got kind of right in the right spot there, where you can just kind of jump up and jam Mother Brain's head with your hyper beams. Kind of keep them off screen as best as possible. Keep the hyper beams produces so much lag, so you want to keep it off screen as much as possible.
And RaikouRider starting his escape.
Yep.
He's about a minute away from taking this race down.
Will we get a blue bomber here? No.
No, he's not interested in all that. He's wanting the dot done.
I know. I'm just a huge fan of the blue bomber strat.
Catch a Sloter's race. He's gonna do it if he's got.
I'll be looking out for those Super Metroid guys that are running this in this tournament for sure. Like Sloters. I know he was working with the Apathy Duck. So it should be really good to watch him. So yeah. Blue Bomber is a strat where you can basically speedball with the spring ball. You can keep the blue suit, the blue echoes, and then break the speed blocks by jumping up. It saves the crash animation. It's much faster. It's sometimes it's used in the attic, and sometimes it's used there in the escape. It'll be used in the escape on 100% runs. For top tier runners, they'll do that strat.
And RaikouRider has finished in first place with an official SRL time of 3:04:06. GG to him. He will cement his place in the brackets coming out of Group Q.
GG's to Raikou. As definitely a really well done, really well executed by him. Nobly's execution was also spectacular, especially with that CWJ.
Yes,
and it's one of those things where like the Moon Pearl really kind of cost Nobly.
And Nobly has forfeited from the race. I see we've got RaikouRider in the booth here. GG, man. Congrats on the win.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I felt like I felt like I could not have routed that seed any better. My routing was just basically perfect.
It actually was. And Nobly joining us. Hey, Nobly, man, tough break. You ran some good chances there. Thanks for joining us in the booth. Go ahead.
So first of all, Stackerico, just holy Stackerico.
Yeah, it was jammed. You're right.
That cack was nuts. So I went off to do all the like normal routing that I usually do. Went down Bryn like I always do. Oh yeah, 99 energy for that long was so scary.
Yeah, that was actually a thing because you and Nobly, of course, went a different route than you. He missed out on some of the things that you found early, but one of the advantages that he had was at the time you were still sitting at about 99 energy. He had 4 E time.
That makes sense. But just with the more traditional route, you had to do like every single scary side hopper room in the game with 99 health.
Yeah.
Which is just like it's just nuts.
I was like, I'm not doing the side hopper rooms. I'm doing left and right. And
so I did. Away. So I just took my normal route, then found Hammer past Mockball, and I was like, okay, where's the speed booster? And I knew this, and I knew the speed booster. The speed booster that I found in Mission Impossible, that was out of logic for me at the time because that location logically requires 1 energy tank. So I was trying to figure out, like, wait, where are all these E-tanks? And the same thing happened with Waterway, too. When I found Speed Booster, I'm like, wow, I can't check Waterway because I don't have an E-tank.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And I was really scared there was going to be something there, like a glove. I was super scared because I didn't find my first glove until an hour 45, and I was thinking, if it's in Eastern, because I had been trying, because when I had all the dungeon intel really quickly, and I was just trying to stay out of Eastern Palace until I could clear both Eastern and Pod because of how early the mirror was. And just everything worked out. The middle of the seed was actually very trolly, with Moon Pearl being in Spiky Death and Gravity being at Croc. Just like I said in IRC, as soon as I found Varia, I just beelined for Croc and got paid.
Well, yeah, as a contrast here, though, Nobly And Nobly, I got to say, I really like some of the gambles you made. I felt bad, especially early on when a lot of them just weren't paying off. But Nobly did not do the route that you did, Raikou. Instead, Nobly actually CWJ'd to wreck ship, which surprised all of us. And we felt good when he found the boots. Unfortunately, leaving that Moon Pearl, not being able to do that Sponge Bass strat was the killer. Because Nobly, I'll tell you, we were thinking that if you went to wreck ship as early as you did and found Moon Pearl, you already had your AGA access, you would have had Dark World. Because I figured, and you can tell me if I'm wrong or not, I figured if you found Moon Pearl in wreck ship, you were going back into Zelda and make the AGA play and start your Dark World. Am I right or not?
It would have depended, because I kind of wanted to do everything in Norfair first.
Okay.
Because I only had a hammer and no gloves. So the only thing I would have in logic would be going to Pod and South Route, which of course would have had the glove that I would have known. But there was like the whole Crockmire and Double Mountain, very easy checks.
Yeah, we were speculating because at that point Raikou had found the speed booster. He'd found his Varia. As a matter of fact, I think he'd also found his gravity. So we were trying to, think about some of the chances you could take that you could go a different route and go. But what you're saying makes sense.
Because I also, if I would have gotten that, because I tried doing the spring ball jump and I was like, okay, water physics is beating the crap out of me. I can't do spring ball jump. And I was like, okay, I have to leave this then and pray that this is nothing.
Yeah, doing that one there without high jump, which with high jump you don't need it, but you have to kind of press pause before you jump. Otherwise, you're on your way down. When you hit it. Raikou, I had thought maybe that when you found those gloves at Stumpy, that may have made you a little worried because you had said that you knew that Nobly is known for making, risky gambles and route choices. And I thought, you're looking at 140, you don't have a crystal under your belt. I thought that might have made you sweat a little bit.
Oh yeah, because I was thinking that you might have noticed I was just gravitating towards more efficient routes, just like, please give me a glove so you can bail me out of this decision. And I did ultimately end up going to Aga because I thought that it would overall be faster to climb Aga Tower than it would be to slog all the way through Meridia with no movement. If I had anything to make Meridia movement easier, then I absolutely would have just gone through and avoided Aga, but I'm pretty sure what I did is faster.
It's funny that neither one of you used Speed Booster to get through Meridia. You used the gravity.
Yeah,
you're
I
right.
have no idea how to use Speed Booster.
I completely spaced that I had speed.
Well, we also had the theory that what you were thinking is going through Aga gave you a permanent portal to get to Dark World, depending on what you found once you got there. And maybe what you wanted was not having to repeat that trip to get to Dark World, because if you didn't find a glove, that was going to be problematic.
Exactly, that too. And just the middle of that seed was so trolly. And towards the end, when I finally found the mitts, if I didn't find those mitts in by the time I finished Village of Outcasts, I was gonna go straight into Swamp looking for the mitts.
I knew it. I told everybody. I said, he wants to go into Swamp. It's a pendant. If you give him an excuse, he's gonna go. Nobly, I understand why you went into Swamp, Nobly. When you found that Moon Pearl, I guess you figured you were behind and you needed to roll the dice. I was hoping you'd find something in there.
Did you find Plasma Beam?
No.
Wave Beam was pedestal, and I was actually trying to figure out.
Okay. So that was the hint. I thought that was the charge beam or something.
No,
I did not understand what that was, so I was like, screw it. It's not important, probably.
No, charge was Charge was on Laser Bridge.
Yeah. By the time I forfeited, I just picked up my Titans and my hookshot. And I was just finishing Thieves down, and then I was gonna head to Meyer, Desert, and Ridley.
Were you missing
Yeah,
just Bo?
You were in go mode before Nobly found his moon.
Oh my god, that's... I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we felt
Nobly,
bad about that.
Nobly, I need to show you my visual cue for Sponge Bath with power bombs. Like,
Yeah.
once you have the visual cue for it, it's very easy.
I doubt it's hard. It's just I haven't seen it. If only I had space jump, or even if I had the
See, I never found
speed
Space
booster,
Jump.
I
never
could
found
have.
Space Jump.
Yeah, if only I had speed booster at the time, I could have gotten it.
And
Yeah,
those
that
fight-
was the thing that kind of messed you up, is not taking that route that got you speed booster before you went to wreck ship. But yeah, we felt when Raikou found that moon pearl there, we were like, oh my god.
Yeah, and by the
that
time I
pretty
found
much-
gravity suit, I was like, oh, damn it! That one check in wreck ship is now in logic as well. Before the moon pearl, I was like, oh, just please don't be there. I'll do anything else.
I got so lucky because I orphaned so many locations for the longest time. I orphaned, like I said before, I orphaned Waterway. I orphaned X-Ray. I orphaned Chest Game of all things, or not Chest Game, Digging Game. I orphaned that.
Ice Rod Cave.
The Ice Rod Cave was a conscious decision.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
the
was
thing is,
that was a conscious decision because of how much stuff I had found in CAC early. I was thinking the chances of that actually having something are very low, and I would just route it until I would route it when I had Flute, which is what I wound up doing. Flute was in a really awkward spot. High Jump, I was really scared about Lower Norfair logic as well, and then I realized if I wanted to use the Meyer entrance, I would have to fight GT because my only way up Screw Attack was a short charge. And taking out Golden Chorizo with only Charge Ice Spazer.
Can you do the spring ball jump off the wall in there?
No.
Okay.
No, that one's hard.
yeah, I was at the point where okay, I need 3 items for go mode plus my moon pearl. Where's my moon pearl?
But it was really just the play that set this whole thing into motion was deciding I had speed booster and Varia in under a half hour. There's got to be something at Croc.
Yeah, because once you had gravity, you pretty much had freedom of movement everywhere. I mean, it was good. It really good by both of you. Nobly, you got screwed by that one item, and it's terrible when that happens, but it does happen. By doing this, Raikou, you have submitted your place into brackets. Nobly, that puts you into one more race for brackets against. Wait a minute, let me check. Who are you going to be racing here?
It's a rematch.
Yeah, that
I was just about to say, didn't you win? So it's gonna be you then.
Yeah, it's going to be us again, and I'm looking for. Yes, Miss Metroid, I know I was being. Anyway, I'm looking forward to our match, and
Yeah.
I gotta say, man, I hate the way this turned out for you. I think you make some really good gambles. I like the fact that you are not afraid to roll the dice. I know it doesn't always work out, but I'll tell you what, in these, if you don't roll the dice, you're not going to win from time to time. You're just not.
Yeah.
And it was real pleasure to commentate this. Sir, I haven't let you get a word in edgewise, man. Go ahead.
You have said pretty much what was on my mind. So Nobly's routing was what we kind of expected. It was different. It wasn't the I'm gonna kind of like the two runners weren't following each other. Nobly was going different ways, zigging when we thought it should be a zag or whatever. And if some of those routing decisions paid off differently, this would have been a very different race. So.
Yeah, and I know that's what Raikou was concerned about. That was his concern.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, moving forward, okay, Raikou, you're going to brackets. What's your thoughts moving?
I'm gonna have to start playing like nobly, depending on how these are paired. But I wouldn't be surprised if the people who go straight are put at the top of the bracket, and the people who have to come up from 2-1 are put on the bottom. But it really depends on who I get. If I get somebody that's a lot better than I am, I may have to start making decisions like nobly. One skill of yours that I admire is that you're much better than I am at playing from behind. Like you do things that I would never consider, like even if I'm behind. Because I know, AG, you've seen many of my races, and my biggest strength in Combo Randomizer and why I wound up being in quartile 1 is just incredible routing efficiency. I feel is my best strength.
And you're very consistent. You're right. And nobly, Raikou makes a good point. The fact that you're willing to roll that up, it makes you dangerous to somebody that has a consistent routing pattern, because it doesn't always work out. And somebody that rolls the dice and gets a couple of good items, that's kind of hard to overcome when you're not willing to do the same thing, even when you're behind. So Raikou has a good point. Really good race, y'all. Nobly, I'm looking forward to our race together, our rematch. I'm not gonna lie, I'm hoping for a little redemption there, but I know that it's gonna be a good race, and we need to get together and get that scheduled. But that's about what I have. I'm gonna leave this up to y'all for the last word. Other than I really enjoyed doing the commentary, and thanks for asking for me.
I want to play. I want to play against you in a tournament setting, AG. So make me proud.
This route there right now. You just have to be just AV nobly. It's gotta be streamed again, and I gotta get the comms. I'm throwing this out there to the tournament organizers. They gotta make this happen for me.
The only reason why I CWJ'd was basically because I was like, okay, it's gonna be progressive to go to Red Ship, and I spoke to Raikou the other day, and he was like, I'd rather go Meridia before Red Ship, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll just CWJ and get it off, because I also told him I hate doing Red Ship.
And that's precisely, and I did precisely what I said. I love the Bryn to Norfair all the way back up Metroid. I love that route when it works out, because it's just so efficient.
Yeah. The thing is, I dived straight into, because I know you do Houlihan, so you had more money than me, and I didn't have any cash after CAC. I didn't have any bombs. I didn't have any weapons. All I had was, okay, Metroid items. Okay, well, I can do the whole Brinstar loop. I can kill Kraid. I can do this. I can do that. Let's do this. Only big issue was I had 5 PB, so it was like, okay, I'll do that, back to ship, loop down that way, back, and then we can do that. And then I checked a couple of... I also did, because I know you like to do Ice Beam check, so I actually mockballed Ice Beam check.
Good stuff. But yeah, I just don't want to overstay our welcome is all.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to my match with you, Agent.
I am too. And I'm telling you, I gained a new respect for you. That CWJ, I didn't know you had it in your toolbox, because it's not in mine. That's not something I do. If now having spring ball, yeah, I'm going. But the CWJ, nah, not me. So there's a little game knowledge for you. I'm not even going to.
I would try it.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to duck out of here before this conversation goes off the rails too much more.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
Thank y'all.
Well then, thanks to both our runners, RaikouRider and Nobly the Foreign, for coming out and putting on this show for you folks today. Thank you for letting me commentate with you, Ancient. This was a wonderful match. We have lots more SMZ3 coming up. Please check the schedule. Yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for us.
Thank you, sir. I really enjoyed doing this with you. And we're going to have to do this again. And now I'm starving. So I'm out. I will see y'all.
All right. So thank you once again for everybody coming to watch out. And we'll see you next mission.